just a measure of form compared to the underperformance that Bilibili had in their first match to start somewhere where both teams are very comfortable.
Yeah, so a bit more context on what I was saying and why I'm surprised that the Lotus is here. Because BLG went back to banning that corrode, something that they had been doing in China during Season 2, right? Like, they changed their ban, they banned the Abyss when they arrived here, did not go well. They go back to, hey, we need to survive, we need to like get this out and not play it. We go somewhere else. Now, for RRQ, that map that they were banning was Lotus. And I thought that they were going to make the same change based on the fact that BLG are very, very good at that map. So this has to be, in their eyes, at least a calculated risk.
Yes, but I do want to be a little bit of like the devil on the shoulder here, because I do agree that this is pretty good for BLG.
I'm sorry.
You're the devil on the shoulder?
No, that's Mini. You missed that segment on EMEA, but he was actually the devil on my shoulder. Well, he was on the desk, but he was
okay, well, I'm not literally on your shoulder, but I do think this is a great map pool for an RRQ 2-0. These are two maps where they looked great in Pacific, where they're on a win streak regionally, where we get the Waylay for Jemkin. Like, this is great maps for them as well. If Bilibili is going to beat them and maybe get a 2-0 here, it's going to take a complete 180 from the form they showed in their first match. I mean, half the rounds, it didn't look like the players were shooting back. It was a choke, and here's their chance to make good on it.
Well, looking at the agent select here, we hyped about this Waylay. We are going to get it. And then for the side of Bilibili, they move away from the KO.
I like it. I think that anything that is going to help YC succeed in his mission of going in, of being extra aggressive, especially starting from the attack, works in the favor of Bilibili.
This comp sells to me. We know YZ is our win condition. We're putting everything into him. We have a Paranoia, we have a Breach Stun, we have all these util to set him up starting on attack. But on the other side for RRQ, we've seen a lot of double duelist Waylay. Here it's just Jemkin on that agent, and I think it is a bit harder to get value when that Waylay is alone and you don't have someone to follow up on the dive as he refracts.
Two things before we jump into game. We went with the crazy guy Neff, both of them playing on the Breach, both of them IGL, and then also setting up their duelist. That is definitely a head-to-head that I want to see. And for the side of Bilibili, we know that it was an atrocious 0-2 that we saw the other day. Pistols, they didn't win a single one. They're the only team in the tournament that haven't so far.
Yeah, RQ, they struggled to adapt to a new comp. There's one change on the side of Bilibili, Bren and Sideshow. Let's see how they manage to adapt to this.
And a real battle of nerves that we got here between these two teams, honestly, as well. For RRQ, it's kind of like showing that they've learned from Toronto, I suppose, that previous showcase. And the same could be said for Bilibili. And Bilibili really need a big turnaround here. It's elimination, it's do or die. You have to step up now, otherwise, as I said in the teaser at the beginning of the day, could be potentially your last game that you play this entire year.
I think it's so telling, in fact, that Bilibili said, it's not that we want to show the Bilibili that we can be, it's that we must. And so my eyes immediately go over to YZ. He's going to be going for those attacking first kills, first engagements. Arguable MVP of VCT CN this stage. Taking Bilibili to a win. And his performance was atrocious in the opening game here at Paris. That's not the player that he is. He'll be striving to showcase his potential.
Bilibili hoping to put their best foot forward. Slow going for now. Easing into the round, just a nice slow default at the beginning, just seeing if there is anything aggressive on the plate, I suppose, for RRQ, but they're not offering it up. Maybe going for a mid re-clear now.
Yeah, once this smoke drops, they're going to be looking to try to re-clear through mid. Nobody on Bilibili home. Bilibili have actually found the timing quite nicely here. They created this pressure over towards mid, baiting RRQ into the clear, and now they've found an easy entry into A. So far, good calling from Neff. But how do they deal with this push down mid? Because it's still going to put a lot of pressure on Levius.
Yeah, Levius is going to be the one to try and contain, I think, when most of this pressure comes through. Bilibili got easy access to the site. Levius just crumbles under it. Three players wrapping around rapidly. Bilibili, what's the call? Looking for a plan towards CT, looking to see if they can flip the site and flip the map potentially away. But RRQ are not hard committing onto the flank. Just looking to contain with a few plays they've got and reinforcements arriving, but potentially too late. YZ, what we needed to see from him. And here's that second layer of it, the 1-2 punch. It's K-Knight and Neff creeping up from behind now. Slow going for now, but looking to explode. And straight up decimating. Early pistol round win here for Bilibili. Great mid-round decision making.
And there you go. Kakuka said it. They were the first team, the only team left in the tournament to not have won a pistol. And I think this showcases that we're going to have at least a decent performance from Bilibili today. What they showed in their opening match against MIBR was completely flat. They flatlined utterly. And here, the idea is good, the execution is decent. I mean, Levius wasn't quite ready for the push down mid, but other than that, flawless. And even go for the proactivity, like you mentioned in the post-ban, and hitting their shots, which was, again, another nightmare up against MIBR. They just couldn't win a duel.
A good showcase from Bilibili. Cheeky
Somewhat
flash.
Similar opening here as well for RRQ, stacking bodies over towards A main at the start of the round and then going back to cover that mid gap. If that's the way that RRQ are going to tend to play the attack, the defense side, then YZ might have some opportunities to go fast up mid on some kind of A split round.
Yeah.
Bilibili have got some of those set ideas in the bank, but depends how many they want to bring out here, how fast they want to play, because they have slowed down a lot since, you might remember them from Champs before, where they were a bit of a chaotic team. They have actually slowed down and put a lot more discipline into their game. Still got to keep that confidence high, though.
Certainly. Already stronger beginnings. I mean, Wisey's got the ghost in his hand. He'll probably be the one going hunting. To the backside, though. Looks like an earnest attempt by RRQ, potentially. Flood of util. Back and forth. Bit of a handshake for now, but no real player looking to step over the line of skirmish. RRQ still tiptoeing around, looking to see if they can send it with a couple of bodies, but the util comes out full swing along with Levius. The rest of the team happy to clean up here, so almost flawless, just one player dropping in the form of YZ. He wasn't carrying a weapon, so the economy is going to be nice and flourishing as they look to round 3 for Bilibili.
And this is where I'm paying attention to whether or not they have one of those nice set ideas that they pull out. Because we know that they can be aggressive, chaotic, they thrive in it, or at least have done in the past. So this would be the perfect round to pull something out of the strat book. Rely on the prep that Viola's put in earlier on. And here looking like they want to put pressure over towards B and put the test onto Xfero. Big game player. He's stepped up for RRQ in difficult spots so far this year. But it's not quick towards him.
It's always slow going at the beginning of these rounds so far from Bilibili. Ensuring that all the pieces are aligned correctly if they want to commit hard into anything. Rusha, high ground perch that he's found himself on.
They're just trying to block the information away from Xfero, but there is a deep cam in B main that nobody's cleared.
Tricking it soon enough here with the dart. Not dealt with in time, does get the one tag, so they know where Xfero is going to be playing.
Yeah, you'd like to see him breaking that fairly quickly. Taps the cam to see whether they're still in B main, and that's broken, so no more useful mid-round information going to be provided from that, but Bilibili back out of B and haven't accomplished too much so far in the bonus. Time ticking, still a lot of A main control for RRQ. Bilibili not pulling out some kind of set idea, I don't think, from the book.
Drone's third fault one's going to be used pound for pound there, though. YZ laying it down, but he's hindered in the process. Sees, has to be dodged and avoided.
And now,
35 seconds.
Back over to B?
It looks like that might be the play.
They didn't break the trips.
Livius being that insert, they don't have the trips yet. Still broken, like you said. So Xfero going to be able to play that kill trip potentially for it. As long as he doesn't overextend himself here. He's opened himself up onto the line of sight, potentially. But paranoia sweeps through regardless. Look at the play against these flashes as well into the back of the side. Munya is fast off of it. Look at the reinforcement, look at the help out. While time is running short and running dry of the mark here. Bilibili just throwing anything at the wall to see if it will stick. K-Knight, though, last to go down. And IQ will seal this one up. No real damage done either.
I can appreciate Bilibili trying to run some slow rounds and figure out what's going on the defense side, but I think that one looked a little purposeless. Pressure over towards B main early on. Sure, it got rid of the cam, but they didn't actually leave an insert. Weren't able to get a pick anywhere towards B main or mid, and then just ended up having to go for a B exec when they hadn't even pushed the A players off the line, so rotates were coming in through thick and fast. Neff here, going for an attack side operator early on is very interesting to see. And Jemkin one away from that defensive, really powerful Waylay ultimate.
So not looking to speed anything up. Shot dart, that was intended for a cam, but it's in a different spot, so.
It's actually in pretty much the same spot that it was put the first time around, but maybe they forgot where it was or thought he was going to move it.
Either way, Xfero's going to be able to get that information in the mid-round, but might be getting time in the sun here to contest them, but first trip's going to be broken, walking up steadily. So all slow going. Neff holding to one angle, the rest of the team trying to work their way up. The cam's going to be spotting them out. They're already out onto the site.
What a play. What a lovely idea to contact in.
And already, Levius, he's absolutely destroying them from the flank there. Up the gut in mid, they were not expecting it. Pounced on the chance to really bite back against them, and that's a good, beautiful fault line into the dart, still shut down. Into the glide, it's a wonderful shot, but the trade is there nevertheless. K-Knight getting active, and they do need to clean up Levius still. He's lurking, hunted down eventually. Brought down into a 2v3, still could be playable for RRQ, but Jemkin is miles away, doesn't look like that's the intention.
Yeah, it's perhaps a little bit of a pity, because if Jemkin had thought about playing for that one a little earlier on, then you're right, I think they could have made a bit of a go at it, but instead just choosing to save. You see the money. Crazy Guy wouldn't be able to buy into the next, only 50 credits to his name. So they're looking to get at least one player to go for the drop here. And Jemkin, if he had gone for it, there is a chance he could have got baited into using the Waylay ultimate too. What a call, though, from Bilibili. What a nice idea. I was a little critical of how purposelessness the bonus round idea looked. It didn't really look like they were accomplishing too much, but they threw very similar util out on B this round and just walked in behind it. That Omen smoke that they threw in round 3, which didn't do much because the cam was already there in B main. This time, they just walked straight out after figuring out that xFaroe is going to be playing backside. RRQ might need to adjust by playing a slightly more aggressive version of the B play. They could even run a trap off the cam contact, actually, with the breach and the Waylay.
Certainly.
But not going to look for it this time. Instead, the cam adjusted to hold the walkout through B main.
And all eyes on mid here for RRQ. It's a fast, rapid play with double dash. Double TP forwards. Munyet's going to be joining him alongside him. Shoulder to shoulder, looking for a couple of kills, but completely vacated. Bilibili not in the area and not looking like they're in the market for a fight.
A reaction, a fairly slow reaction, but the cam will be able to get a tag here for xFaroe to get some level of spam off.
Screen shots. Trips are still active, including the one back towards Bova, just in case they choose to refine a little bit closer. A lot of spam back and forth. Munyet almost going down because of it, but is being spotted out, and now here it is. Convergent pass of the Paranoia, flooding forwards as well. Good connections, and Munyet looking to deliver that death. Just from the side, his team to try and help him out. Jemkin onto the back alongside Crazy Guy, and the kills are flooding through right now for RRQ. Good plan of action, built around the ultimates.
Well, that's how you run a retake, isn't it? Cam is played, tapped, shows exactly where the positioning is, informs a Paranoia, informs a Waylay ult as well, completely catches K-Knight, he's got no hope. And Levius pushed into a corner, bullied out as well. RRQ are one of the teams at this tournament that plays the most for retake. They're playing about 2/3 of their rounds, allowing the spike to go down for their opponents, and then coming back in with big ideas like that. And you can see why, they look really coordinated with it. And now the op changes hands.
Now we're seeing a faster play and look towards A now. YZ's got that overdrive. Making sure to deal with some of that util. That's a big reveal, but that, the trip just tangles him up. YZ not able to step much more further past that. That's a Crazy Guy holding his own. Just on to elbow. Has some supplementary util as well. Munyet ready to lay it down the smoke so they can hard commit into this elbow. Extremity.
Right there.
But the ult for a rainy day on top of it too. Choosing to give up a bit more of that space.
I think Bilibili will be a little bit annoyed that they chose to go A this one round fast and run into xFaroe's trips, which for the first time he's moved away from B and towards A. So great read from RRQ here that the faster eco round was going to be headed on this site.
Big heads up, making sure to not get conditioned with the way that Bilibili have been playing, the slower, cautious tail that they've been weaving over towards B. Now that slowed down just down to the 3 of them is going to come down to the raw shots. xFaroe though, still on top of it all.
I have the spike.
Locked in on this angle here. Russia is hard committed into this spot. Has an ability to get out here, but with the spike drop down, there's really no more chances for him. Doesn't have a weapon to save into the next. Will just look to do as much damage as he possibly can.
30
Yeah,
seconds left.
I mean, he's certainly dead in this position. Huge credit to RRQ again for reading exactly what the play was. Brennan, I just want to point out this trip as well that's up at the top here. I mean, think about this one. They were already planning for if that eco round was going to be a B split up through mid as well. I mean, they had both fast strats that they were predicting Bilibili would run, with trips perfectly placed to try to counter it. So,
Hyper aware.
yeah, not just putting all of their eggs into the basket of we're predicting they're going A. Obviously, there was a lot of bodies here. There was a good trip here as well, but I just want to note that.
Let's go!
Great setup, great anticipation. And a bit of a strange buy now for Bilibili. A Sheriff, a Bulldog, but essentially a Force. 2 Guardians as well, actually, just so that they can afford all of their util.
Really bizarre.
And xFero picks up the op, which implies Jemkin's going to do something a bit more aggro.
Looking down mid, Cam early break. 2 players looking in that direction. Crazy
Oh my
Guy's
God.
hard committed.
Dude,
This is an insane ult. Rolling Thunder from this spot could push them all into the maw.
Jemkin's going to
looking to get this one going. It's only going to be Jemkin that can follow up on it. See, Opta spots out, Hinder onto the one side of things, but the stun is even better. It's YZ looking to push them all the way back here and still trying to make a play off of it. Barusha, he's right there behind him. The shots are going all sorts of wide. xFero out, feeling the heat, feeling that pressure, pushed back and away. Out of line of sight, out of the angle. Still able to survive for now, but that high ground punch and angle. RRQ happy to flood into defend. They destroy Bilibili in the process. Not able to step past that choke point. It's an instant reaction that RRQ are ready for, and it's all up to K-Knight now.
I love the idea from RRQ. I also think that Bilibili dealt with it quite nicely. Rushia getting the teleport into the corner, and YZ going for a stun to stop the follow-up. But then when Bilibili go for the reaction, RRQ's reinforcements are there, and it looks like they're set up to go for a contact and a double swing as well. They can even get something high-low going. This spike has no chance, surely, of getting into K-Knight's hands.
Someone's a little bit late here. Players weren't really watching it. It is a 1v2.
20 seconds, though.
Flash dodged, lined up almost for it. There was a world. There was definitely a world, but at the end of the day, RRQ were ready for it.
Monya and Crazy Guy would have had to get their heads inside of each other to die to a Guardian one-tap collab, but it would have been a spectacular way to end the round. Another spot where YZ's kind of been collected, going for an aggressive play into Boba. A couple of times he's been trying to dash into backside. Jemkin picks up the op again, gets it back from his friend xFero, and looks to try to take a bit of an angle down mid. It's been an area that RRQ have been exploring quite a lot, so Bilibili may want to put a few more resources there, but instead the cam gives them this B main walk up. This aggro cam from xFero, though, they've probably heard it being placed.
They've got some in. Yeah, I mean, look at it.
Oh,
Pre-aimed
hello.
by YZ.
That's actually
quite
early in the round, to be honest with you. 120 on the clock, getting rid of the cam is not bad. It's also dragged Crazy Guy over here. But Bilibili, not with any space on the map apart from B main currently. They've never once tried to default towards A and then spread back out.
Just through into mid. That's where they're going to be taking a look in a gander. A bit of a re-clearance going on, but below the minute mark now. Market go into A too much.
Market door not being closed makes you very worried that the op is going to be posted here, because normally the defenders are going to look to try to seal that avenue off.
Bilibili have maneuvered their way around it though, over towards A, just pure disrespect. Contacting as much as they possibly can past this, realizing, wait a minute. It's a retake setup from RRQ. No one's really holding close from this one. Looks like an attempt to try and clear out bottom section of mid, but no one's home.
Yeah, and because that cam got broken so early in B main, the defensive rotates are actually really slow here for RRQ. They've got the read on this A hit very late, and Bilibili should be able to get plant down.
One yet. Oh my god. Limping away from that engagement here. The plant should go down from Neft up. She said, no pushback.
Now a retake with no big ultimates for RRQ. Bilibili should be favored here.
Swap the rifle and the operator around. Jemkin's going to have that one. Be the tip of the spear for his team now, waiting for it. Now with the util, but it's primed on either side, looking for signs of life. Horns forwards, K-Knight alongside it, wants to try and play on top of it. Still going to be stunned in the process, but that Hinder comes through into the back. Slowing down RQ for now. The peak is watched for, and this is Bilibili with a wonderful hold now. Vice grip setup that they've got onto this side, even trying to make the fight and the play happen here. Time is ticking though. Might be potentially getting away from them. YZ shows up. 4-4 now for them. Much better look overall.
And the 2 big rounds that they've been able to take after the pistol and the follow-up have actually been contact plays, right? It's not that aggro style with YZ leading from the front and battering people on the entries. It's actually been really smart calling from Neff, being able to find the gaps in RRQ's defense and RRQ being a little slow to detect it. Of course, in round 4, they did the contact play into B, abusing xFero's passive hold, this time finding a huge gap on the A site after taking B main early on.
Right here.
This looks like a play just to try to get a good Sova ultimate out. It looks like they're trying to stun
YZ
off Dart.
He's all the way up though. disrespected most of this one here. He does have Levius by his side. YZ's just perfect tracking as well. Managed to wrangle control of the rifle. Locks it onto Cushy. Hunter's Fury to try and push them into an even deeper avenue. But again, Levius has got his head on a bit of a swivel, trying to spot where these players are, and yet really isolated, anchoring almost solo in this one. There's no safe space. They're going to try and left to contain. Crazy Guy falls. Levius, though, could be next. Indeed, Jemkin trading from above. The section of top mid brings it into that 3v3. Fast on the flank is Xpharaoh. Making sure to hold up one more of those spots, but K-Knight's got his watchful eye onto all of it here. The jab of the movement, not enough to keep Jemkin alive, and it's just left up to Munyet on 11 HP. It's going to be a dream if he wins this round, but it will remain that way. He's looking to just take the op and save and scurry away.
Nice idea again from Bilibili. Can't fault them whatsoever. I mean, going up mid, being able to get that setup for YZ to go for an A split with the Sova ult, it's a lovely idea. And they're not approaching these off barrier drop. They managed to take a little bit of mid control, make it still feel like one of their slow default rounds, and then pounce on those players. And RRQ left reeling. They'll still have the op. They'll still have money to be able to buy here. But getting into the crunch time on Bilibili's attack side, they've actually shown some pretty nice depth and strategy. Way better. Let's just start from the big picture POV. Way better than their opening game against MIBR.
Oh,
they
yeah.
actually look like they're playing similar to how they were in VCTCN when they lifted the trophy. A reminder that both of these teams at different points this year have been at the very top of their domestic regions. They just haven't been able to translate that in globals as yet.
It's a resounding bounce back here from Bilibili. They were looking out of it in their first game of this event. But they've come in with a very good idea and strategy. Slower play working out in their favor. Lets them save a lot of util as well, knowing that RRQ are playing that retake setup. So far, the operator, which is usually going to be the counter to a slower play that Bilibili are offering, hasn't seen too much value. Now we're seeing explosive now to Paranoia. The stun, a trip. Oh my god, tangling them up, Rusha. Barely able to get a hold onto it. Does at least even it out. 1 for 1. It's not quite the trade, but still there. Evens it 4 versus 4 now.
It actually gets rid of quite a bit of that retake utility that Cushy would be providing.
Barely a shoulder peeking out. They choose to play this one, swap around to the weaponry again. They want Jemkin to be front and center. Aftershock Paranoia will be a connection. Neff will have to respect that one alongside that fault line. It's even better. The util looking sublime. Hinder into the back. Neff is just going to be a sitting duck. And he needs that help and he needs that bailout. K-Knight trying to help out from the side as well, but he is hard committed into this spot. Now going to be double facing all of these players. Time still ticking though. Flash in your face. And Xpharaoh picks up Levius. At this point, they've dissected the site and RRQ come out swinging on that retake.
They feel really comfortable in these retake scenarios, don't they? They've got some nice protocols. Jemkin's always offloading the operator. They're getting in, targeting people quite nicely with the pieces of utility, breach util landing, saturate from Jemkin landing, making it very difficult for Bilibili to just hold in positions. The rounds where we've seen Bilibili play the best in post-plants are where they try to save some of that util and fight back themselves a little aggressively. Very back and forth game. Two teams that are looking quite even. I do want Jemkin to get on some more aggressive lines with this off. He's been quite passive with it so far. I don't think they're getting anywhere near the value that they should be out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be trying to post up B main and even fall back to where he's currently playing.
Very far back though. Take contact and he might just be getting his wish here. Some action occurring. That's a double face. Dropped down to 10 HP. 140 ding to the head.
Bilibili still going for the contact though. They could have led with a drone there. They could have led with a jumpy, but they didn't want to make any noise.
Those signs of potentially the play style being punished. Now we're seeing it. Double walk down into mid. Cushy's able to clean up Levius, so that's going to be no longer a worry at the back of their minds when this play starts to go off. The retake. RRQ can focus their full attention onto the site.
Bilibili needs to fight.
Yeah, Bilibili trying to take that fight. This is it. Hyper aggressive. To stun into the Paranoia. Already collecting the 1 kill. Convergent paths. Offloaded onto the side here. But this is really Bilibili isolated on an island. K-Knight is their savior. Knight in shining armor. But it's left it just down to Rusha, but still very much winnable. Dodge and a flash to the side. He's still got 2 players left to deal with. Can't quite manage the spray transfer. Control of the rifle almost there, but it's Crazy Guy that seals it up.
I love the idea of Jemkin dashing in from God knows where to be able to distract in that situation. But absolutely, you're right. It's that playstyle, the more contacty ideas getting punished. And despite a fantastic 2K from K-Knight, RRQ clean up. And at least they're going to make this one even at the half.
They feel really comfortable in these retake scenarios, don't they?
Loving that.
That's too good. That's too good.
We got to get the RRQ fans out here in Paris, I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying. VIP treatment. Give them a
yeah,
box.
Absolutely.
Final round of the first half, though, and now we're finally seeing it sped up a little bit at the beginning. Bilibili, all that slower pace conditioning.
Once again, though, they go over towards A, and this is the round where Xfero's put his traps and his setup more towards this site. And a very early mid-push, too, from RRQ. Yep. This mid-push has been getting a lot of value, flushing out the lurker. This time, Levius playing with the team.
Deep TP and all there. Rusha's going to be able to clear out most of the site. This triple player flank, though, as you've been saying, could be paying dividends right now. Fault line onto the side. Prowler's going to be catching it. Levius! That is
great.
Monstrous from him. 2-piece to be gained in that spot, in that situation. His team's going to be happy with it, but the Nightfall still connects. Cutting away the sound cues. The desperation starting to seep in. Bilibili have got to try and hold their ground down. Still good enough awareness. Rolling Thunder as well to push them even further back. Overdrive from YZ, and he's going hunting. Still cushy. Responds from behind as a dagger to the back with a bullet to the back. K-Knight instantly there on top of it, and Jemkin left to just wonder, how the hell do I take this fight? And 1v3, still guessing where these players might be. Finds a first, but it's going to be, again, a very difficult task, and the second shot just going wide enough. So a 6-6 half, where we stand here. Much better looks from Bilibili.
An incredible glow up from Bilibili compared to what we saw from them early on. But I think it's so fitting that this half has ended at 6-6 because it was back and forth the entire way. Both teams making some decent adjustments to what the other was attempting. Still some areas that I'd like to see them improve, but plenty of different avenues for this match to go yet. A reminder that this is RRQ's pick.
Explosive back and forth is what it's been, really. But listen, we'll send it down to the floor. Lewis standing by with a very special guest. Take it away.
Hello everyone, bonjour. On a eu des pros, on a eu des fans et c'est au tour d'un streamer de me rejoindre. Jetix, French content creator, just joined me for a little interview. And the first question I have to ask you is very important. How has been the Radiant grind lately? Any champs pro that you've met in ranked?
Honnêtement, la ranked ça se passe bien. Et surtout, ce qui est cool, c'est de voir vraiment tous les pays venir en Europe et en France pour jouer en ranked. Et on voit des pros et on se rend compte que la ranked, ça a quand même step up depuis quelques jours.
I can imagine that, definitely. Donc évidemment, of course, we can see some pros in the servers, and we've seen that the level has kind of leveled up since the pros have arrived. And yeah, I'm enjoying myself. And talking about ranked, I think French people, you know, we kind of have a reputation in Valorant, right? But here at the venue, everyone is smiley, just like you. Everyone is like in a good mood and stuff. So is that the real face of the French Valorant players? Donc on a une réputation sur Valo, les Français, mais ici, tout le monde est souriant, tout le monde a de la hype, etc. Donc est-ce que c'est ça le vrai visage du Valorant français?
C'est vrai qu'en France, on a un peu la réputation d'être aigri, de râler au premier round perdu et d'être un peu toxique, mais dès qu'on se rencontre IRL, on voit que tout le monde cheer up, même pour les équipes internationales, et c'est vraiment un plaisir de voir tout le monde, quoi.
So yeah, we kind of have a reputation when we're like trying hard and stuff, but here everyone is like so happy, the vibes are immaculate, so that, yeah, that's how French people truly are. Merci beaucoup, thank you, Jetix, for joining me, and we're gonna see who takes the win on Sunset now.
It's been electric, certainly back and forth, and that step up that we wanted to see from Bilibili overall, that 6-6 half. Take a deeper dive as well onto Crazy Guy in a Coinbase econ report, see how he's been putting up. Honestly, he's been quite a subtle player for them. I mean, he's never really the heavy hitter. He's always able to support if util.
Yeah, I think he actually did a pretty good job in plenty of these rounds, though, defending certain areas.
For sure,
I mean,
yeah.
We were watching him lock down elbow, for example, in a couple of these rounds, and facilitate some pretty important mid-pushes as well. So, yeah, a good half, a great half, actually, from Crazy Guy. And I think that Neff will be looking to replicate something similar on the defense side, too. When you watch those two... Yes, yeah, exactly. A former teammate. They both won Ascension together in 2023. And interestingly enough, Neff actually leads all of the players in the world in Stage 2 for most assists per round. So keep your eye on that when he's on stuff like the Breach. And here, potential clash in mid.
Walking down, it's a slight pixel angle to work with, but again, it's going to spot that contact and that play. Getting read by RRQ, Munyet trying to get involved a little bit more, but again, tepid. Slowly working their way around this one and redrawing the battle lines once more, giving up on the fight.
Jemkin's got himself in quite a deep position, not looking to take the battle just yet, and actually might be getting cleared out.
And he is indeed. Trying to play that at the slightest of off angles, but K-Knight's on top of it.
He's normally great on the pistols, but that time K-Knight wins the duel, and that's going to leave RRQ in a bit of a pickle, because now they can't go over towards A.
Steadily though, slowly but surely, going to be making their way onto the B site. They don't have Jemkin as that insert, but again, there's a reflank occurring by Bilibili. So hyperactive, always reclearing for the space.
Absolutely, and also this trip over towards B is going to be a pretty interesting one, because if they plant on the B site, oh my god, it doesn't even matter.
It was almost the ships in the night moment. This man's looking like a battle cruiser. Just ending their day and ending the pistol round 4 on this Bilibili on fire.
I mean, I'm talking as if they're going to get the plant down and Levius is going to have to play retake. They just go straight into his sight line, and he picks them off before RRQ even have a chance.
Spike down.
So now double pistol collected here for Bilibili after winning 0 in their opening match against MIBR. Not winning here on Sunset after winning double pistol and having a close first half, I think would be a disappointment for them. They could land a really big early blow here against the Pacific team.
Massive lead early on here. RRQ, honestly, flashbacks to their game versus Fnatic, their opening map. Close loss in that Ascent game versus Fnatic, but the pistol rounds ended up losing both of them, could have made a major difference. They don't want this to be turned in the same way, as this is just a game of who can use the util the most. Goes evenly on either side here. Could be a slight timing for Munyet to work with, but no, just spam down at a moment's notice. Crazy guy, you're not going to be getting too much done from here. Doesn't have the spike, can't go for a plant. He will be swarmed.
And Levius even getting the Cypher ult online too, so situational ultimate can be pretty amazing, especially if Bilibili are going to go for those aggressive reclear fights and pick off a lurker in the mid-round. In Pacific, RRQ were getting most of their work done, generally speaking, across their map pool on the defense side, rather than the attack side. But I have loved the ideas that they've got with Crazy Guy and Jemkin working together.
Yeah.
You've got such nice synergy on this map with the stun into the dash and the saturate. But all of that requires you to have some kind of broad idea of which player you want to target.
A bit of spam on either side there. Dart not quite tagging onto Xfera.
A splits can be really powerful with RRQ's comp, but that requires them to take a little bit of mid-control, and that deep smoke that they're currently facing is making them a little worried that Bilibili have gone walkabout. It's not the case, though.
The Horn's going to get good clearance there.
Cam broken in market. I don't think they realize the trip is also there, so Bilibili won't care about that too much.
And a drone reclearance for Bilibili as well, getting good mid-round information here.
Yeah, I like that. And setting Levius up on a really deep line.
Yeah.
Not something that we saw from Xfero.
It's good from them. Rusha breaks the Prowler, makes it feel like there's more presence over the water, and every clearing into mid. They've got this one held and ready as well as util. Trying to attempt a punish. They know the Crazy Guy was going for it. And as well, stepping a little bit further forwards here. Neff.
That's such a great timing, isn't it?
It is.
Just as Crazy Guy's trying to tuck into tiles to get the line on the A player. Punished.
RRQ left into 4v4, still with that side control. Plant going down here. A response from Bilibili looking to play this one onto the retake. Not ideal in terms of the weaponry, but with Levius causing a bit of a stir onto the flank. Could be enough of a distraction they need. Paranoia swoops forwards. Cushy trying to take a lot of that space forwards again, and he does at least keep his aim clean enough. Nice with the resets, dropping K-Knight in the process, still dominating that angle and causing a bit of concern for Bilibili, but here's Levius finally. Time to strike his Knight. Stepping up to the plate, trying to help his team, and now looking to combine their might, grouping up together now for this hit back in. Cushy trying to hold it down, is back against the wall. His only option really to try and power through, brute forces to play, but again the timing taken against it. The fight's all going the way.
There's no way.
Of Bilibili.
Why on earth have they all taken the fight right before the time was about to expire?
Time. Door. Okay.
All you had to do was swing.
Yeah.
3/4 of a second later. And that round is impossible for Bilibili to win.
That's crazy work,
What
man.
an enormous toss from RRQ in the post plant. What's going on there?
Yeah.
I mean, the decision from Jemkin and Moniette to try to trade out is just exactly wrong. And Neff's on his feet, you can't believe it.
Bonus conversion, 9-6. RRQ's map pick.
And now for sure, winning double pistol and a bonus, Bilibili should be favored to take Sunset.
Primed and
Their
ready.
opponent's map pick.
Yeah. Set up for the slam dunk for an opening map win in this series. And it's elimination as a reminder. Loser will be going home. Jemkin sending it fast and loose, trying to get the help from the rest of his team here. A lot of util though, and this is pure disrespect from Levius. Purely feeling himself as well, gliding in, sliding in. K-Knight coming out from the side alongside Levius. Jemkin is no more. Turned to dust. 10-6 now. Bilibili running away with it. But the upcoming round will be a bye round for RRQ, and it has to be the time where they turn things around.
Yeah, they need a great idea to get themselves back into this game to stabilize. They got onto the A side, no problems, right? They just completely misplayed the post-plant situation. Bilibili, I'm still thinking back to the previous round. I'm not talking about this one, but
sure.
The lack of util that they had, Bilibili, in a 3v3 retake, they'd completely run out. They had one flash to work with. And that was it. And yet still RRQ lose such a pivotal round and are now in a desperate spot. It's not to say it's impossible for RRQ to win this game on Lotus and Abyss, but Bilibili 6-0 on Lotus, beating all of the other Chinese teams. And then Abyss, I mean, who knows, to be honest with you. It's a bit of unknown territory, but Bilibili used to be good on that map too, so pressure really on RRQ very early in this match. And if they thought this one was going to be a cakewalk, they are so wrong. Bilibili have turned up in much better form, much more usual form, I would say.
Yeah, and it's controlled as well from Bilibili.
Yeah.
It's not slapdash, not throwing things into it, just trying to take it. It's a very measured approach to the game.
Yeah. They've gone from silly to drilly.
-2.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll workshop it.
Yeah,
There's something there.
There's
something there. That's what Coach Room is for.
Look at Levius and K-Knight compared to the rest of their team. They've got double the kills of everyone else.
20 and 11.
That is
18-20.
absurd.
To 10, I should say.
I mean, obviously, Levius has had some big rounds just recently, but man, RRQ need a hero. And I think it's got to be Jemkin. He's 11-11 right now, but I've yet to see him have a match at a global event where he takes over. And that's mad because he's so good in Pacific.
And there's so much hype around this player ahead of Toronto, previous event in the year. But now we are expecting big things from him still. Absolutely dismissed with a wave of the hand. It's YZ and Rusha that say bye-bye, good night. We're just staring at their reactions, man. Meanwhile, there's a fight kicking off. They're just cold with it, I guess.
No, I mean, listen, the producers were right. The round was over.
Listen, the round was over.
The round was over.
I don't hate them looking at that. I don't hate it.
YZ and Rushia were the two players that I was most disappointed in the match against MIBR as well. They are normally the two best players for Bilibili. Today, playing fine. Obviously, today is more so about Levius and K-Knight. You can see it in the numbers, but YZ and Rushia still having those big rounds and showcasing just there. Dismissing RRQ.
RRQ really scraping the bottom of the barrel here with a bye. Not investing everything into it here, really just trying to take this one. And they will have to drag it back one round at a time to OT. You're assuming that Bilibili win this one, which, listen, so far, it's been the case.
Jemkin acquires his ultimate, but I've yet to really see any of these great set ideas for RRQ. We've seen them in Pacific. They've been great at comboing the stun with the dash and getting Jemkin into good aggressive spots, putting pressure up through top mid. Today, it's looked a little flat, but I think part of the reason for that is that they haven't even been able to get into position to run some of their ideas.
Sure.
Here, they're trying to open up B, put the pressure over towards mid and A. They found the right avenue, but they need to keep going.
Double dash in, there's going to be a Hunter's Fury to try and push them back, and that's a double connection here. Could be some bodies dropping and Tor falling onto the floor. Levius happy to play off that chaos. Inserts himself in, announced himself to the party, and just barely running out of bullets, but the cleanup is all there in time. Bilibili lights out. The resurgence in form that we really wanted to see from them here, because listen, they said it themselves, it could be the last match they play this year, but the way they're playing, looking to keep it going a little bit longer.
And RRQ are going to take attack timeout. Look at this.
That's lovely.
Cage falls. The aim is perfect
So
from
calm.
Levius. Really collected, isn't it?
Spike planted.
And at the same time as the Hunter's Fury come through, they knew exactly what was going on there. They're really happy to just play for backside control on B. Don't need a stack when they've got this overall to help them. And no ults expended there either, you know. No Waylay ult, no Fade ult. Those were two tools that RRQ had to work with. Yeah. They didn't have to just walk in and try to get a plant immediately. They could have tried to push the fight a little further. Could have tried to set up some punish perhaps onto Levius in backside, but it's been a little timid on their attack side, I think,
it has.
from RRQ.
Scared of the potential of a trap play, perhaps.
Maybe.
But, I mean...
Not willing to take a risk, perhaps?
Not really there, but it needs to be turned around here. It's the last time out they've got, really, and last chance to put it together on their own map pick here in this elimination series.
I like the proactivity that RRQ was showing on defense. I think they actually played a pretty decent defense side. The op from Regum Qeon, I wasn't super happy about how they were running that, but everything else I was all right with. Here, they haven't got a single round on their attack side. And they have had chances. I mean, for a couple of rounds in the middle, we were talking about how they threw it away in the post plant, but a lot of them, they just haven't really even had a look in. And Bilibili are playing off-site on A, hoping that RRQ go for a massive ult dump, and they can play retake in a bit more of even footing. Early dash.
Yeah, nice and early here with Haunt, taking a lot of control, and again, same playbook. Bilibili putting all their eggs here onto the flank, making sure to see if they can get that backstab online, and ults are being committed. RRQ get a full clearance.
So now you know that Bilibili were playing full retake. Cam even catches them on the flank. Are you going to waylay ult? Are you going to breach ult? Are you going to fight them in the flank?
Plants down, and attention's being drawn towards it now, and here it is, rolling Thunder off onto the flank as well. YZ's pushed way out to the open. Aftershock as well, it's evened out on either side. No one able to gain any ground, all kills in the process. Cam finally dealt with. The drone further forwards here. YZ's managed to dodge and sidestep, at least that sees, but again the smoke in their face makes it awkward in terms of the engagement. How do RRQ piece this one together? Because Bilibili still looking like they're in control, but maybe with a bit of stray bit of spam, the potential's there. Biding their time, waiting for it now, but that paranoia is going to be cutting away again. Noise cues, visual cues. K9 just holding it down to the ground, crouched up here, time's out of the tick away. Monyet finally delivers them.
The guns.
The guns need to be safe for this one. RRQ, you might have won the round, but listen, the war's not over. Oh, that's a brutal one.
Oh, that's rough.
That's a brutal one.
Bilibili weren't even really playing for the retake there. They were just playing to trap RRQ on the site. And to see if they could force out another ult from them. At least in that situation, RRQ do decide to use a breach ult. And they had the cam. It's not healthy for their economy, but they're still going to be able to come into the next with 5 rifles, 4 full armors. It's not devastated them just yet. But that is that one round on the board. They've got to put another 5 up there.
It has to be consecutive. Has to be convincing.
Shock dart there to break the B main barrier trip.
Walking up here, there's no real pushback again in through market. Bilibili holding this one with a more passive setup, but that's a cross map with a fault line. It's a good stun to try and set them up. K9 even taking a peek. Here's a conversion pass into the back of the site. Now no one is home. Double dash straight through and over. Levius cannot be contained, man. You try and take a fight towards his side. He's already bought time for this rapid approach coming from the rest of Bilibili, and they are absolutely destroying the man. It's not even close at this point. No one can stand up against them. 13-7 for our opening map here in this elimination series.
BCT CN's #1 seed has come to play today. And Levius, what a monster, 26 kills, dismissing RRQ. They feel really confident, holding position. Round 2 we've seen Bilibili
Fight back themselves a little aggressively.
Now that I'm a mom, things are different. Verizon's different too. They let everyone in my family choose different plans. We get what we want and we save money. Love that for me.
An update is required. Financial system updating. System updated.
We will dance to get.
The future of money is here. Feels good.
Esports World Cup, where we are starting off with Valorant.
If you want to win, you have to win against the best. So looking for revenge.
Alpha hit behind one. There's the shorty. And Alpha goes crazy.
They've all battled through the pressure and expectation.
Heretics have come back all the way.
Finally, we won. Finally.
Hi guys, Jen Lee here with Coach Bile of BLG. Now congratulations, Coach, on Sunset. Now when it comes to Lotus, you guys have played against so many different comps back in the CN region. Now when it comes to facing RIQ, there's a high chance that they will be playing the Raze Yoru double duelist comp. So how are you feeling about going up against them in the upcoming map? 감독님, 선셋 축하드리고요. 이제 로터스 준비를 해야 하는데 사실 중국 리그에서 로터스에서 다양한 조합을 정말 많이 상대해 보셨잖아요. RRQ 같은 경우에는 최근에 보여준 게 요루와 레이즈 이 투타격대 조합이었는데 얼마나 자신 있으신지 한마디 부탁드립니다.
뭐 물론 저희가 CN 리그에서 계속 로터스를 한 번도 안 지고 오긴 했지만 뭐 물론 CN 리그도 다양한 조합을 정말 많이 쓰거든요. 뭐 지금 말한 것처럼 RRQ 조합 투타격이라든지 뭐 그런 것도 많이 정석 조합도 많이 하고 하는데 뭔가 로터스는 그냥 저희가 평소 하던 대로 그거에서 게임하면 될 것 같아요. 선수들이 연습 때도 그렇고 그냥 로터스 자체를 뭔가 그냥 편안하게 하는 느낌이 좀 큰 것 같아요. 어떤 조합이든.
Well, yeah, we've been undefeated in the CN League when it comes to our Lotus, and there were a lot of different comps that we had to face up against. You know, we had the double duelist comp, and also that the comp RQ used to run back in the Pacific. So we are feeling pretty confident. So I just feel like us being able to play our own game and feeling like and knowing that Lotus is definitely our home ground will be the most important thing. Thank you very much, Bile, and best of luck.
Thank you.
It's great that Bilibili are able to feel confident. We saw a lot of that on the map of Sunset. I'm Yingsu, I'm back with Kakuka and Mimi. And if we take a look at the Verizon high-speed moment, Mimi, night and day from their first performance.
So different. YC had a horrible time in his first game, but he was massive here. This round is a split onto the A site. You can see how good he is on this Neon. Slides in, has that Sobalt to support as well coming through, gets this opening kill, and then the rest of the round is lovely too, splitting into that site. And I felt like this whole game was defined by BLG just running over A on their attack side.
I think that they were very successful in doing so. Maybe not the best retakes for the side of RRQ, but my biggest point has to be Levius. I think that the performance that we saw, especially from him, from both sides, right? First, at the defense, we expect him to be looking back and just catching those kills. This man was good for minimum 2 every round. Most likely 3, but minimum 2.
Yeah, I mean, you look back as well at Jemkin, and that was so tough for him. I don't think he got enough value on defense with the off. I thought RQ played too much retake there.
Well, let's hear what Coach Ewok had to say ahead of map 2.
Hello again, Jen Lee here with Ewok, coach of RRQ. Tough loss, Ewok on the Sunset. But you guys have mentioned that you've been here before. The elimination matches, the lower bracket runs, that you guys have learned what to do in these situations from Masters Toronto. But with Lotus coming up, which is bread and butter for BLG, do you have any concerns as for the vibes? Or do you feel like the players are ready to reverse sweep?
Of course, there's some frustration with how we ended that previous map now. The defense side was good, but our attack side was not it. We lost some really important fights, so we just talked about there's some frustration. We get it out. We're quite used to being able to work through it. So I feel like, yeah, everyone's ready to go on Lotus now.
We need the comeback king on the Lotus.
Yeah.
Best of luck. Thank you.
They have earned this reputation of being able to come back in many, many situations, but Bilibili's Lotus is pretty good, Kakuka, isn't it?
Yeah, to me, this was comfort. To me, this is something that if it was an option, it was a win condition at the same time for BLG. We heard it from the coach himself, flawless in their region. They've played against so many different things. The Lotus for them is a comfort. And coming into this tournament is a very good map to have on your pocket.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It is interesting on the other side for RRQ because they only played Lotus once in Stage 2, but that was against Paper Rex, where they actually got the win against them, playing this Yoru Raze double duelist comp. Looked pretty good there, but even despite beating the team who's looking like the best in the world right now on that map, I still think the gap in experience and in playtime may still show, and I definitely favor Bilibili going into Lotus.
Yeah, and it looks like, what do we make of Agent Select? Because for RRQ is exactly what we expected.
Yeah, I think something that you were saying, so we see no surprises, something that is very important for the side of RRQ and them getting that victory were the retakes, right? They're lucky enough they can decide to start on that defense, but if we are based on what we just saw on Sunset, how Bilibili was being extra aggressive, how they were being measured in where they had to put the pressure, that round that we were showing as well as how they were working the map, that could be a problem for RRQ. It's something that Bilibili needs to to understand that for them, it does not start at planting the spike and whatnot. And most importantly, YZ, he's on race. I'm happy.
He's so good at that, Agent. This is going to be a bit slower than the first map of the series for Bilibili, but it's going to give time for Rusha to get things going on these lurks. He's such an excellent player on this role as Viper.
And you don't want your year to end like this, RRQ. They have to win Brandon Sideshow if they want to keep their champ streams alive.
Certainly do. It will be completely disappointing for themselves, I think, to go out in this kind of fashion. They're a team that have had a lot of resilience, honestly. They have this reputation, I think, when they play regionally, Josh, as well, for being this team that can dig deep, do these lower bracket runs. But there's no better time to prove it than right here and right now.
Yeah, they got the reverse sweep in the lower bracket final, comebacks in tons of maps. But they just went limp on Sunset and couldn't figure out how to run their own comp on the attack.
See how this one goes. It looked like it was almost gearing up for a brawl, but slow again is the call for Bilibili.
They were loving those contact plays on the attack side of Sunset, weren't they?
No different here. Leviesto caught out into the open. Overextended, really, just trying to take that raw aim duel. Not expecting there to be that much pushback, but YZ straight over the top now, and the rest of his team can barrel in behind him. Crazy Guy trying to supplement it. A bit of spam into the smokes, and it does get the job done. YZ dropped down, but Neff slipped the net.
And now,
way past.
Yeah, Bilibili just need to pause and let Neff cook right now because they're in a player disadvantage spot. If they lose players here at Blue Room, he's not going to be able to do anything about it.
Rusha overzealous, trying to make something happen. Neff being that insert player, but it leaves it just down to him and K-Knight. RRQ though, much better start indeed. Monet making sure to really contain all sorts of avenues. Door opens up, points them exactly to where K-Knight will be playing from. So a pistol round win for RRQ. Much better beginnings.
Yeah, a great start. It is important to highlight that Bilibili won both pistols on Sunset. I don't think that actually was the big difference maker in the end. You know, maybe if RRQ had played a better attack side, we could have been here talking about how the pistols made the difference. But in reality, I think RRQ, you know, Ewok was talking about it. It just didn't materialize, that attack, and he was discussing the frustrations that led them with. I think this comp, though, really does give them answers to the contacty style that Bilibili wanted to showcase. If they're pulling that out again, Jemkin's going to want to fight on more aggro positions than he did on the Waylay.
Yeah, having access to the gate crash is vitally important.
I didn't really like how passive he was playing on the defense side of Sunset. Not that it hurt them too much, but I really think he's going to have to get active and aggro on Yoru here.
Oh, Bilibili going to hope for a free plant. Bit of spam off onto the side, but they do get it down. Really making sure that they're ingrained up towards heaven. Jemkin pops out, no scope. That's a bullet to the chest. YZ's drop, sees an nade rebounds, does miss most of this one, but again, that paranoia does sweep through, get the blind on point, and shots on point here for Monyet. This is beautiful work. Nice and clean. They don't let anything slip away from them.
And Monyet focusing on building up the showstopper somewhat early on, still 3 pips away. We're doing an all right job. Bilibili play pretty standard comp here, right? They're playing a comp that you'll see across tons of different teams in VCT. But they've been very, very good at it inside VCT-CN. 6-0, playing against a variety of teams and team compositions. That's what Bale was discussing with Jen earlier on. And they reckon they're ready for what RRQ is going to throw at them. But there's so little tape, actually, on RRQ.
Yeah, there's not much.
They
Grand finals, basically.
Yeah, they never really liked playing Lotus, and then they were forced to play it, brought it out, and won.
See what the bonus looks like here for RRQ. Delayed refight of A-Rebels. Looks like what they're trying to cook, but the Prowler doesn't catch any contact, so definitely makes them think, okay, well, this is landing in a different direction. Bilibili on the other side of things, over towards B.
I do like the B default from Bilibili. You can go down here with the Vice Flash and a Prowler, open the door and take mount control pretty cheaply. Door opens, that would force the teleport away from Jemkin if he had been playing over on this side of the map.
Great shot, just about missing. Bullets are going wide on either side.
And now the only part that the defenders control is where Crazy Guy is posted up.
Oh, what a shot by YZ.
That's an opener.
Off. Yeah, it definitely is. Listen, Sarah only really working with a Marshall, but a smoke into your face, and looks like Bilibili were contemplating it, looking to maybe explode out, but backing away, open the door, taking it slow again. 40 seconds left. With a pace like this, they do have to end seed, looking to see if they can pull players away.
Yeah, the problem is they're not really pushing away Crazy Guy, are they? So they might be trying to fake like they're going back in this direction, but it's not going to work.
There it is. Wow, Jemkin was just hovering over his own gate crash, thinking about that perhaps in the end. K-Knight takes a head clean off. Monyet is able to get the one, though. Dips his way out of there. Crazy Guy even onto the flank. Rusha being dropped. It's evened out now, 3v3. Still with a weaker buy. RRQ will look to see if they can get this one done, and YZ matters into his own hands. Forwards, though. Boombot catches the contact. Still wants to take the fight. Still wants to make a play for it. Catches bullets onto the craniums of either of the players and onto the flank. Everybody else can focus on. So, cleaning up, averting disaster by letting that bonus not get converted.
And a good opening pick, actually. That's what I think really does it there for Bilibili. This first kill, straight onto Xfero, who would normally be trying to pop the Viper Orb, pop the Snake Bite to try to keep people out of sea. RRQ, though, have got up to that showstopper, so Monyet, focusing early on getting the kills and getting the diffuses, now has another massive tool to be able to work with. And look at this, they've taken a page out of NRG's book. Running the double Odin down here is huge.
I thought I escaped it, man. It's, yeah, listen. They're ready to see some spam kills, buddy. Assuming that they know exactly where to be shooting. Doors opened up. Xfero, he's hoping he can hunt for a couple of sight lines here. But meanwhile, Bilibili just still opting into this front B take. Yeah. Open the door to clear mound.
And this time, Jemkin is going to be forced to TP away, right? And if they catch the timing on the gate crash going down, they might actually just catch Jemkin here. That's the second gate crash had to be used.
And yet, seeing a bit of presence, a few bodies. Getting down to that minute mark again. Door's going to be opening up wide. Jemkin is hard committed. He knows that player's position, just barely escaping.
But now, with under a minute on the clock, the playmaker is, or maybe the play destroyer is Monyet. Because if you try to end B here, the Razor is going to be flying into your face.
Stop it, here to reload as well. Just from that Odin, they flip the switch onto the door, but meanwhile from B, the pressure is coming through. The Vines drop down. Monyet could make a play here. I don't know they're all the way in, but saving that ult.
Really patient.
Yeah, very
really
patient, man. There's 30 seconds left onto it. Rusha still needs to be cleaned up onto the flank, but he's backing himself away. Gets his one, tries to get out. He's being hunted, overstaying ever so slightly. That Odin spam as well. Might be able to get lucky on a few stray shots, but no, Rusha eventually found, so RRQ again can put that full attention forwards. Paranoia, showstopper, clearing away into blue room again. Second satchel has to be used, and straight against the back wall, Neff is obliterated before he did the damage himself, though. Xfero trying to take the fight. Odin in hand is a 2v2. Chaotic is the nature of it. Flash forwards, Jemkin taking the fight! He blinded himself up in the process.
You've got to think that RRQ are winning that if he doesn't get the team blind out. Oh, God. What a big error from RRQ's star player. Disaster again. And Bilibili take 2 rounds in a row and knock RRQ's economy. They invested big into this round. Double Odin. Showstopper as well. Jemkin's aim is good enough to be able to get that kill if he doesn't flash himself.
One
got to think, even after it got turned.
Left to 2-2 now. RRQ. No real money here. Haunt. That's a hard committed position. Xfero has no way to get out of here. You have to punch your way through with stray shots. And he's already got the one and barely getting out. Tagged down by the bullets. Lucky to be alive.
Done a great job of getting one in that spot, though.
Making it feel like he could potentially be alone, but Crazy Guy just peeks out, and surely they don't commit into this. It's a stack of bodies.
Yeah, would be mad to do so. I wonder if they recognize. Oh, they're going for a walk-in.
Refight potentially as well.
See, last time it was Crazy Guy holding rubble. So with him gone, I think Bilibili should have an idea that Levius could accelerate a little over towards A with the Viper wall.
Drops Monyet! Sharp as anything still goes on either side here with the rifles in the hands of these Bilibili players. K-Knight and Neff, good for it, spotting them out. And this time, yeah, you do not want any piece of this C fight. Seems way too present, way too much.
Cushy hasn't recently made a noise over towards C. So Bilibili might still think that the Fade defender is somewhere around here. They might be a little more cautious, and maybe that caution could buy time for RRQ to get back in. Jemkin's picked up a rifle in the meantime, but Cushy had nothing to work with.
Just full util to his name, really.
It's got to be redemption for Jemkin in this one. Are they swapping it around?
Okay.
No, okay. Just giving a Sheriff over to Cushy, which makes sense.
See how this one gets taken up. Haunt through. Flowing alongside it. Just for that Sheriff, though. There's no match for it with the Outlaw in the hand of Levius. That's a lot of damage done straight through the wall. He follows up. Not done yet. He was chomping at the bit for that kill.
And Bilibili still have huge ults to be able to work with. As dangerous as that looked, heading into a stacked C site, they never committed. They just baited the defenders into taking long-range duels where the rifles are slightly better. RRQ still managed to get a couple, but
one enemy
at the end of the day, I think Bilibili will be very happy with how this map is opened. It does feel a bit like the second half of Sunset.
You can see it in their reactions.
Oh, that's the reaction at the end of the previous round. That's the reaction to the Jemkin team flash.
Yeah.
Brutal, but now the economy's starting to recover and Ewok's got a chance to talk to the rest of the team. And maybe calm some nerves, damp some frustrations. It's hard to know what kind of emotions would be going on inside the RRQ camp.
Sure. And RRQ, listen, they have been good at cooking up plans to work around ultimates. Preset ideas if they see what they're up against. Showstopper, Nightfall in the hands of YZ and K-Knight, so... I
actually think Bilibili have been one step ahead of them, though, today, in terms of that. I liked the way that they were game planning the ults a bit better on Sunset. I think my eyes go towards Jemkin again, because you're playing the Yoru, you're playing with the operator, and you know that they've been doing a lot of front B defaults, right?
Yeah.
You know that they're going to be walking down B and using a paranoia there, using a prowler to try to push you off the line. So while they're doing that, can you get aggro anywhere else on the map with the op? And at the moment, you're looking at his position. He does have that op. Throwing down the gate crash in a safe avenue. But he knows he's going to get a prowler in his face over here.
He's got a real health. Massive anyway with it. And that's it. A shot in the dark. The showstopper will meet his match. Jemkin is gone finished. And therefore that deep TP into B. It's a lovely idea from Bilibili. Other end of the opposing team's timeout. They're the ones who are cooking.
Yeah, they just had that completely, didn't they? And even with the post-pan aggression, pushing back Munye. They still have a Nightfall to work with here as well.
Yeah. And then they dissipate the vines as well on top of it. Hello! It's getting a little bit awkward. Xfero realizes he needs to win this fight out, and he is ajar enough there with a movement just tip-tap down to the side. Nightfall now going to be sent out flying forward, seeing those connections. Xfero matters into his own hands alongside Cushy. They're doing some decent damage. And good work being put into this. RRQ, they come alive in that retake.
What a hero Xfero is there. Considering that he should have been caught dead to rights by Rushia's lurk through C. Xfero suddenly finds two more in the retake. Monster. He was big in clutch scenarios in Pacific. And a reminder that this round started very poorly. I mean, this, a best case scenario, would have been a leg shot. He actually didn't quite even manage that, but, you know, even a leg shot isn't going to kill.
One enemy remaining.
Jemkin not being able to find the right answer, but will still have the op recovery.
Yeah. What a takeover from Xfero. Like you said, he's been clutch for them. Normally you think about the sole player lifting a lot of the fights that they ended up taking as Jemkin on RRQ, but Xfero subtly in the back. Very fast and loose here by Bilibili. This time all grouped up again. A bit all over the place in terms of the weaponry, but still enough rifles to do some serious damage. Prowler in your face.
And Levius, steel guarded, Ren.
Oh, bloody hell. It's raining lead. Steel Garden could be used to just try and offload onto this one. RRQ, here it is. Push back in the way. What is your plan of action for this one? You're just going to be scurrying back and out. Flood defense immediately just dissipates. Dissolves under all that pressure. And that nade, good luck. Okay, just has a TP. Crazy guy's still alive.
Jemkin's ultimate is going to be absolutely crucial for RRQ pulling off the retake.
See how this gets taken. It's used off relatively early here. Dimensional Drift to try and clear most of the corners. Spots it out the one. It's all a game of just seeing if he can count up most of the players. Munye off of the pings, off the presence. And now that showstopper earns up. No kill claimed. It's still being covered. Rusha still survives and fights back. 1-2 punch. Heavy hitting indeed. Bilibili have got themselves locked up into a very nice position here. The spam coming through now. Crazy guy just trying to hold them all the way back, but he's just down to 6 HP.
Whoa.
And a dream. Jemkin sticking. Whoa. And the faith is rewarded. Crazy guy. He's saving a day. That's absolutely unreal stuff.
What an unlikely scenario for him to come up as the hero that RRQ needed. This spam as well off the back of Jemkin's ultimate was delightful. Munye couldn't quite land the kill with his showstopper, but absolutely the hero towards the end there is Crazy Guy, who still actually had a great first half on Sunset too.
That's insane work. 6 HP. You're dodging, juking, you're having to dodge the bullets coming your way that are spamming onto the post plant. And he still gets it done, and it's forced a timeout out of Bilibili.
And I actually think the Bilibili are playing these situations like quite nicely.
Yeah.
They're playing the ult rounds well. They managed to get into good post-plant situations on round 6 and 7. But RRQ, one of the teams in this tournament that likes to play the retakes the most, you see why. Those 2 rounds, yeah, they required a bit of a hero play from Xfero and then Crazy Guy, but still the ideas are there, and the way that they get back into the sites is very well coordinated between them. I don't think Bilibili need to overreact too much, though. The game plans have been fairly successful.
Yeah, I would say, like in a macro sense as well, they've been working the map pretty well.
Yeah.
Good clearance out towards C Mount when they go for the slower play there. They've been doing a good job.
And because the rounds have been close, this next one is actually an eco swing round for both teams. So despite the fact that RRQ have won 2 retakes, they lost so many players, and they're buying up the AWP and buying up the Odin and that kind of stuff, that actually there's a few players on RRQ that wouldn't be able to buy if they lost this round. Look at the credits on Monyet, Jemkin, Kushi. They would have very, very poor weaponry. So this next round is critical. And my eyes in these spots always tend to go to the pits.
Odins are out in play once more. Just a 1 though, thankfully for us.
RRQ running a trap play with the Paranoia over towards front B in case Bilibili were doing their B default.
Double swing into this. Oh my goodness, ADS up. Levius lucky to get a 1 there. Jemkin! Oh, caught onto the corner just as the Prowler was connecting.
Now that's a shot.
Player advantage for them. RRQ. Bilibili are no slouches. Able to find a way through most of the time. This angle unanticipated, yet still Jemkin adjusts the TP to get the hell out of there.
And he's starting to find some really big value with this op.
Yeah, it's surgical. Nade rebounds in through the back, looking to flood in and try and take some of this space away from them, but Bilibili still trying to fight back again. This Seas does connect at least onto Jemkin, but again, eventually whittling down the rest of these players. Sharp from Jemkin. That's real nice stuff.
I said earlier when we were watching him on Sunset that I haven't yet seen a game at a global event where Jemkin takes over. And I'm surprised by that because he is a monster in Pacific. I can't tell whether that is a reaction or a pre-fire.
Barely seen it.
That's not human. That's not just my old man eyes, right?
No. I think he's just pre-firing as the Prowler connect.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Looks crazy enough, and still don't want to take anything away from him because he does step up.
As I said, that's an eco swing round, by the way, too. So Bilibili's economy cooked off the back of that one.
All in is the call, out towards C, this time barreling over Jemkin.
They've got a chance to open the door.
Trying to brute force and push him off and away from this one. There's a smoke in his face. Door opens. Monyet looking to try and take this fight, rebounding with it. And again, that gun's off and towards the back of it. Crazy Guy and Kushi willing to help out. All that better weaponry. Jemkin's in a bit of a sticky spot here. Might have heard the TP. Might really be anticipating they could be making a go for this one, but he hears him. Down into the back of water. Now the shorty's out as well. Close quarters, no trade in sight, but attempting to adjust there with a quick scope. Not in time. Much bigger gun picked up by Neff. Trying to even further forward, but all ready for it. RRQ, they bide their time. They wait it out. 6-3 now. Big difference.
Yeah, these last couple of rounds, the adjustment, whether called by the coaching staff during the timeout or whether it's, off the back of Crazy Guy himself, it's been really good. They've recognized that Bilibili were going for these B main defaults at the start of the map, and now they're running their own trap play, so they've got 3 players there with Paranoia prepped. And then if instead action goes over towards Jemkin in Mount, they can tap open the door and force a team fight there. Love that adjustment from RRQ. And now they're anticipating, because it worked so well, that Bilibili are going to change things up. And again, they've read it right.
See, this is an all-in fight as well on either side, opting in. There's Util in the hands, though. Crazy Guy's not ready for that one still. Smokes, walls on top of each other. As it fades away, Monyet's going to be asked to deliver, and he just can't quite keep up. Neff forward again. Deeper TP from him, holding a lot of this deep A space. Kushi was contemplating the nightfall.
Very quick call here, though, from Neff to leave himself inserted and the other 2 Bilibili players going back to try to find a gap. If they can find a free site, Russia's ult will almost certainly win them the attack round.
Going to heaven. That's with a TP. He's going to clear most of the way into B.
But B is not clear.
Not quite. It's still just that barrel betrayed by it. Jemkin still gets the 1, but the trades are pretty picture perfect. Neff, he's on for an ace. Lifted into that 1v1 now, and it's a mad dash over towards C.
got to get himself into a position here.
He's wondering which way to play it.
Oh man, he
Doors
hasn't even
opened
gone
up.
for the plant. This is so late, this plant. Because she
Fast
might be
onto
able
the
to
flank.
ult him before he can get a reposition.
Kushi is holding it. Cool, calm, and collected. Doesn't want to give away his position by using too much util. But now this game of timings, Neff just spotted him on either side as well. They're going to be aware of each other here. Time to strike is here. Neff is there, spraying down with the bullets. A lot of damage done. But again, he is weak as anything. He'll be done in barely by anything at all in terms of the bullets. Just asserts himself, dominates the angle, peeks out. But it's Kushi who rips his head clean off.
Ace denied. Neff still smiles. But a big clash over here towards Rubble that went fairly even between both teams. Crucially though, Rushia died. Xfero managed to pick him off from Blue Room with the Odin.
Yo, what you looking, bro? K9, what you looking? Look, look. Keep looking, bro.
They're enjoying themselves out there. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
That's a really good sign. I mean, why wouldn't Monya be? He's 11-6, winning on their opponent's map pick.
Spirit's high for them to bounce back into it. Bilibili not looking to opt into the same engagement and fight to be taken. The Outlaw is revealed. 2 shots rattled off. Instinct from Jemkin, but he doesn't get any kills picked up as a result of it. In fact, it's full armor across the board. Half armor, I should say, at least, with the money getting stretched thin on Bilibili's side. The pit drop down on top of it is going to be another layer to deal with.
I mean, Jemkin isn't in a position to use his Outlaw. He's just having to sit there with a shorty inside the Viper's pit. So, yeah, the fact that everyone on Bilibili has got light armor is not really important right now, but it will be when Jemkin repositions.
It's got a deep gate crash. Is going to be able to reinforce over towards the A side if Kushi does catch contact, signs of life, perhaps.
With Kushi getting deep information here, you know that they're looking to end towards B. No, that's definitely Jemkin.
Yep.
Face your fear!
Jemkin takes it. It's a nightfall. Scatters over towards A. Pure intention of this to try and pull players over towards A as well.
And also, see if anyone's holding that deep info.
Here.
Smoke's blooming, blossoming. Jemkin feeling strained in terms of the information he's working with here. But the Blue Room is open, door wide. So, yet constant information gathered up, but he's going to be flashed up momentarily. Blinded up here. Has to try and take this fight against them. Overwhelmed by the presence. Out through into B. What a shot! Like a rocket. YZ just inserts himself. Levy is perfect with the insert. He's able to get that backstab online. This is a round win for Bilibili. Well, that's Kushi and Jemkin can do something monstrous, and they might be handed a couple of freebies.
I mean, Rushia's not even thinking that he has to use Pit in this situation, right? So they're not really under pressure here.
Is he making a go for this? Door's going to be opening up. Has ults.
They've got the
Levius
money.
cuts it up close to the corner, though, here. And Levius should be able to find it. Yeah, sharp. Shooting from him. Jemkin in that 1v4. Very unlikely in terms of the positions. K9, first one to peak, first way to claim that life. 7-4 now, Bilibili. 1 away from a real respectable half.
Yeah. Yeah, if they can get the final one, it'll be a bit of a difference maker. RRQ, I think, misplayed the macro there a bit, though. I like the fact that they had locked off C with the Viper's Pit, but you know that it's ending over towards B in that spot. And the fact that the Fade ult came out over towards Rubble, I think just scrambled their brains. They thought, oh, wait, maybe we've got it wrong, and it is going over towards A. And Monya got caught in a position where he's more looking to defend the A hit rather than putting himself in a spot where he won't get punished by B utility. Bilibili go back over towards A. Rushia has not had a chance to really use this pit in a round where it'll find impact, but it's still a big win con for them.
Oh my god, Weiss is just sending it. It's a showstopper here.
How much space can he make for Rushia?
Listen, they know that Tree is going to be contained. There was that Odin spam from it prior, but he's just sending it into the back of the site. Next Xfero is going to be done. Finished off there, trying to take that fight from them. And you're going to be rebounding in a Viper's Pit to play in as well. This is a really hard retake to be taking. RRQ, though, have the tools to try and clear this one up. Jemkin. It's instantly there with that dimensional drift. It's going to be spotting it out. Bit of body block in the process. Looking to see if they can span him down. That pit's going to be down. Steel Garden comes out as a response of it, though, and still a player disadvantage for RRQ. Rapidly approaching though onto the flank. They pick up, exchange the weaponry. Rifles in their hands. Paranoia is good. K9 trying to cut it up close as well, trying to push it back forwards. They put a TP into the back lines. He's all the way behind them and he's rattling off these shots. Heads are rolling. And another chance for the Ace to redeem himself here into this 1v1. Him versus Kushi. Knows he's sticking it. The perfect time to strike is die! And there's an Ace. Previously denied, but not for now.
What an end to the half from Neff. Who already called such a good game on Sunset and then comes out fine, I'll do it myself while they're down a few rounds here on their map pick. A 4K into an ace is a monstrous way to get the spirits back up for the pistol.
Yeah, wonderful stuff here from Bilibili. Really dragging this one back after, as you said, they lost the pistol. And now we look towards the second half. Anyone's game still, but listen, this is Bilibili still in the fight. We'll look forward to hear the second half, and we'll take a look at our Coinbase econ report as well. A lot of focus going to be, for us, I think, in the general macro sense, onto RRQ. You can see Jemkin as well. One of the top performers there on the defense. That operator purchase coming in to fruition multiple times, honestly. It's getting a lot of value done with it. But now, the real look ahead, I think, is towards RRQ on that attack side, because we saw so many struggles from them on the previous map, on Sunset.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think part of the problem was that they weren't really getting Jemkin into good positions with the Waylay, right? I didn't see really a single round on Sunset where there was good ideas about how to put Jemkin into the right position to feast with a stun and a dash, something like that. On this map, it's going to be the two duelists. So you're looking at Jemkin and Monya, and it's not so much about how others set them up as how they set each other up. But those are the two at the top of the scoreboard for RRQ. It's generally quite an evenly shared load, though. Not like Bilibili with Neff pulling out almost back-to-back aces.
Sure. Here we see it. Bit of a setup here to catch that contact. Russia. He's been sitting up near the bottom of the scoreboard in this map here, but he does his job, just spots the signs of life. RRQ don't want to opt in. Bilibili themselves will be putting all emphasis here onto the pistol. Levius, tight tucked here, trying to spot this one out, but again, the player's been dropping, he reveals his hand as well. That frenzy comes through, but there was no reaction from Mun yet. He goes down, still being held off onto the corner, but that re-clearance is called for. It's a battle on multiple fronts here by Bilibili, regaining that rubble control, maintain their composure onto B. They haven't lost sight or track of most of the map here. In fact, K-Knight's the one who's pressing the advantage even further forwards. It's blood in the water, and he's sniffing it out. K-Knight not stopped. He might even want to go for X-Pharaoh. The highlight, the spotting him out. Waiting for his team now. The time to strike is here. Swinging together, taking a fight forwards.
And it's the two stars from the previous map that mop up at the end. K-Knight and Levius. K-Knight's aim looking really sharp. This spot from Levius as well just gets so much value every time somebody runs it. Really difficult to clear that close left corner when you're worried about Heaven and Blue Room, but K-Knight playing that spot way more aggressively than most people would. And it gets Bilibili an important pistol. 6-0, remember, this team was. Domestically on Lotus this stage.
Toxins going up.
Looks like very much an all-in towards B. Bilibili reading this though, very much ready for it. They have a good setup for it. Blind's going to be popped off, slowing down the approach. YZ wants to go hunt for these kills. He's only going to be giving up the ghost, but not expecting a second play. There's a fight occurring up towards Mound. Never would have quick clean up. 7-7 flawless here. 4 players surviving with Bilibili.
And a very nice defensive setup. Fight aggro over towards Mound. If they do that B default, you can open the door and catch them from multiple sides. Bilibili following the noise and looking to take the fight to RRQ. Now this next round coming up could be everything for RRQ. Because if you think back to map 1, this is where they completely lost it. Their anti-bonus was torched and Bilibili ran away with the half.
It's all in. Brute Force is called for here by RRQ. They want to try and fight towards this A rubble. Engagement, TP's across as well as blinds on either side here, but being held for that rainy day, but a stray shot into the dark does land onto the Mar target. Delayed with the util. Counters it out by Bilibili. They're able to even out that fight, but they still don't have the guns. Bit retrievable, really, as well, if they wanted to go for those rifles. What is that?
Oh, that spam lineup. Oh, that is nasty. From Blue Room all the way through into Tree.
Okay.
But a little bit of luck, obviously, but a beautiful gift.
Potentially death from 1,000 cuts as well. This is RQ being whittled down here. That was a rumble of the footsteps. Good composure from Munyet. Love to see that as well. Doesn't get overwhelmed in the process. K9 as well going hunting, and he's got to know position of Munyet roughly. Weak enough as well to that one shot to the body will do it, and it's brought it into that 1v1. Gushy. Another chance to try and clutch up here versus his adversary in the form of K9. And that's the one getting a bit of a move on now because time is ticking away from him. Horn only a bit of a half clearance, still a guessing game in terms of where Cushy could be playing. Peek out wide, Cushy opts into the fight.
Unreal. K9, what a round, what a star.
And there is enough time for it. Circle shrinking, K9 takes over.
He gets the Red Bull clutch towards the end. And so much of that is just based on the fact that he has good information about where that second player is. He's able to go and pick off Munyet. I mean, Munyet did as best as he could possibly be asked to do, getting both of the players on the flank, but once K9 gets it down into a 1v1, it is so winnable for him. And it's disaster striking the RRQ camp again. Same kind of setup. I mean, not a thrown round, but just a big clutch.
The bonus conversion here, Bilibili are in the driving seat. RRQ already a map down. It's only going to get harder from here. They're sending it flying forwards here. Full disrespect over towards A. Meanwhile, deep flank push of Bilibili. They're getting constant information. Rusha's job really left to contain alongside K9. It's going to be that 9-4. Good catch. Multiple players here. Prowler into the back as well. Double swing is there. At least with that kill, Xfero now has to do a lot from that spot. Still cleaned up and traded. In for that 1v1, but Cushy is delivering with these Sheriff shots. Brought it into a 2v3. Plant finally getting down.
Face your fear!
Nightfall even being committed. They do not want to lose grip of this. The round has been gifted for them. Tight close quarters here with a stinger in the hands of Munyet. That is where it thrives, and left it down just to YZ. He can only do so much there. The MasterCard Thrifty. Instant answer back, correcting the course. They do not want that repeat of Sunset.
They couldn't have asked for a better time to pull out a round like that. On Sunset, it was, I don't know, 6-7 in a row that Bilibili just ran away with. Here, at least the answer comes earlier on. Off the back of some sick Sheriff shots. And Munyet won from the showstopper. Bilibili's economy, the credit crunched, wallet squeezed, 2 Guardians and a Bulldog coming out to play. And the scoreline dead even.
RQ essentially going for this one again. Only going to be broken here, but players are lying in wait behind this wall. Could get bloody very quickly.
Jemkin, though, feeding them decent information that there's still quite a few players here, and Crazy Guy just leading the pack over towards C, looking to try to play for an easier ult-or, perhaps, for Munyet.
A lot of action being heard and contained here. Jemkin does. Game Crash going to be fading, but the rest of his team now looking and working towards his C site as that showstopper in the back pocket. Thorn's going to be deaded nice and early just from that util that's sent flying, but listen, Munyet will just want to disrespect it. Might be able to hear the scurry of the footsteps, but that's an entire site cleared out. Really going to be happy to play the retake here.
And they still actually have a ton of utility to be able to play in post plants, right? They have the paranoia, C's.
Shura trying to take this fight up here. That's a lot of damage! Straight through the wall, Rusha connects straight onto the cranium. Munyet dropped. Util in spades, potentially to push them back, but they need some kills, and Kushi will answer. Snakebite trying to delay the inevitable. This retake coming through, but it's a deep TP of Neff. Cuts it up close now onto the site. Creates a lot of uncertainty. This could be still anyone's game. Haunt up and over towards the top. Swinging a peek, but that rifle aim immaculate. Good transfer in the end. And the gunplay reigns supreme on top for RRQ. They gain back control of the map.
Simple round, but well called there by Crazy Guy. Little bit of a false skirmish over towards A. Leave Jemkin to feed you info and make sure you prioritize the showstopper. A free site and a lot of utility saved to be able to play the post plan. I was slightly concerned because Jemkin was watching flank with 2 flashes, but the Paranoia of the Seas, all of the other utility ended up working out for RRQ to hold back the Bilibili retake, and especially when Bilibili didn't actually have perfect weaponry. You know, playing a lot with the Guardians, Bulldog, that kind of thing. And now Bilibili's economy is shattered. And this is where RRQ can start stretching out a lead. They had a narrow one coming into the half, but now they should be able to put something together as long as a Thrifty doesn't come out straight out the back of another tag timeout.
Tension mounting though. It's always been there for RRQ. Felt like they've been on the back foot ever since the second half of Sunset, but for Bilibili, when you have a winning moment, when you have that momentum, really, you just kind of you want to stamp on it. You know, you want to try and close out the series quickly as you possibly can. This is them losing grip. Timeout, looking to correct that.
And normally they'll be calling timeouts based on the next rifle round. So the next round we're going into is an eco. It's a half buy. They're not going to have the best weaponry. The Bilibili will come up with some kind of idea here, but look at the ult status. 2 away for YZ, 2 away for Rushia, 2 away for Levius. They're very close to getting some massive defensive ults online that could allow them to play a bit more evenly in the next rifle round. Even if RRQ can dodge a Thrifty here, things are still going to be difficult to pull madly away into the lead.
TP up top. Spot the orb in case somebody pushes up, presses up, tries to gain control of it.
Cautious start here for RRQ. They don't want to be running into some kind of big push out on defense for Bilibili. Thinking about the fact that Bale will have probably given them some level of set strat for the Thrifty.
You're concerned about a trap play potentially there, but Jemkin, okay. Worries adverted. Vacuums up the orb, backs himself out here. No real map control here for RRQ.
No, they're trying to play together in a big pack, right? Yeah. But that also means that they're not really like leaving an insert, giving themselves options.
Over caution against Thrifties.
It can sometimes be really bad.
Door opened here by YZ, just scuttling away. It's posturing from him, trying to make it seem like there's a much bigger presence over towards here, hoping to push them into the C players.
So it's looking to be an A fake and a B finish, is what Crazy Guy's concocted.
30 seconds left.
Here it is, sending it flying forwards here. There's potential of a timing here. YZ does reveal his hand with that boom bot and sending it flying forwards into the B site. Slowed down for a moment. There's that timing trying to get caught. YZ though just catches a bullet to the head. Good C's up top. Stops us the push past. Barely enough time to work with, but enough for the plant. K9 does have a rifle to try and make usage of. What a shot by Levius. It's been lights out so far this entire series, but he's looking to do a little bit more damage on top of it.
It's also, it's just a big win generally for Levius to get that 1 kill, because that means he's now going to have his ult for the next round. Keeping track of YZ and Rushia, they weren't able to get that, so still 1 away. But at least having the Steel Garden to rely on in the next rifle round is going to be huge for Bilibili.
So Levius is going to be looking to go down one of the players, potentially bring them down with him, but that's an ult earn for the next round. Thinking of a long con. He didn't pick up the gun. He was looking for the rifle. Oh dear. Uh-oh.
All good.
Uh-oh. Yeah, not all good, mate. Not all good. Oh, that's a rough one. It's a rough one. But still,
but doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, silver linings, ult turns up for the next.
Exactly, yeah. Still, with a good idea on the big picture, Levius goes in and tries to take the fight. And they've still got money to be able to buy rifles, so it doesn't matter too much that Neff went down towards the end. This next round, though, it's a must-win for Bilibili. And And I think that puts quite a lot of pressure on Levius. You want to get the right timing with this Steel Garden. Because if you let Xfero onto the site, it could spell your doom.
Could be danger. Overwhelming util. No real pushback. It's a retake setup here with the Thorns all over towards A. Russia. I'm committed onto this angle. Prowler might spot him, indeed it does. A bit of spam on either side wouldn't go amiss here. The Seas connects and can't win his fight out. Not against Xfero. Jemkin there, but he ought to try and lay this one in. K9 trying to go fast and loose through, but a Paranoia will force him to respect.
They didn't use the Steel Garden, Brad. They just took the fight.
It might be backfiring on them massively now because you're retaking into the pit. No big ults to clear the way. YZ does have the showstopper. But do you still want to go for this one with a player disadvantage? There's no guarantees you'll win it into the pit. You need potentially another kill. Flip the switch. Nice guy's position though. Ingrained into this spot as well. Good movement as well. Sending the crosshair placement of K9 flying forwards to the side. YZ does claim one. Time ticking, they don't want to go for it.
Yeah, you can't get back into this. And also, your economy's destroyed in this spot if you lose all of these rifles. It already is going to be pretty horrible. Now, Russia came into this round with... He's got 50 credits now, right? You can see it on the right-hand side of your screen. He couldn't afford a snake bite. So he's holding with his wall over towards tree, and he doesn't have one of his prime tools to be able to lock down space like that. And then when he falls, Levius, I guess, feels like he needs to take a fight instead of popping his ultimate. I would have liked to see the Steel Garden come out quite a bit earlier for them to try to reinforce that position, but they went down too easy. And part of that was the economy problem that's going to haunt them again here. I mean, look at Russia's buy again. He doesn't have Snakebite once more. I mean, this is one of your major defensive tools to work with, and he's not investing into it. They also don't have a seize. I mean, it's bad times out there for Bilibili.
Counter spam, Guardian. K9 almost getting lucky with a couple of these shots. There's a lot of damage on the crazy guy. Late take, though, over towards Rubble. Jemkin just looking to absorb the pressure. We've seen this one before. There's a gate crash, of course, to escape, but he might be taking a fight that he didn't really ask for. Still RRQ winning the fights on multiple other areas.
Those two players by Blue Room were begging Jemkin to peek, and instead, he goes for a shallow swing and gets the pick instead over towards stairs. A nightmare start for Bilibili in their last chance round.
Levius picks up the gun. Backs himself out here. Paranoia not able to be sidestepped. Forced to respect it, forced to back out, but they need a hero and they need a play right here and right now. Just can't quite land it. As calm as he was with the shots on that previous map. It's too much to overcome. And Harusha and YZ are just dribbling into this next engagement, this next fight, but you've got to keep these guns at this point. Your economy is in tatters. Harusha looking to do a bit more damage. YZ as well making a play towards it. Not winning this fight out. Eventually overwhelmed, flooded out here. This is 12-8 RRQ. The only silver lining for Bilibili is that they have some ults to use, but at this point they're on a precipice of losing this and we will be going to Abyss.
RRQ have just put the pressure onto Bilibili the entire time. Playing slowly, allowing Bilibili to get desperate and force the gunfights. RRQ are so happy about that. 5 rounds in a row for RRQ. The fans are happy. Why wouldn't they be? Up to map point on their opponent's map pick.
No one on A.
And the first time that Bilibili would have lost on Lotus in the last 6-7 matches.
Used to that regional dominance here, but this is a fast play here. Caught for immediately. That's going to be the showstopper committed just off that one player, but RRQ not messing around. They speed up. Pull straight away to just go straight into this A site, and all going to be wasted and expended. That wall will cut them out of the fight. There's still that spike in the hands of Mun. Yeah, they gave it to him to get this ult online.
But the spike now is going to get planted really late. It's going to let Bilibili get into position for a retake with Steel Garden. Monye is going to have to be a hero here.
He's going to have to be the one to stand up close quarters towards it.
So early.
Nightfall sent flying forwards. Not catching on to too many here. Tell a lie, players are trying to really barrel their way through onto stairs now. Bilibili taking this full speed ahead. Steel Garden forwards. Sees no connections, it's sidestepped. Crazy guy looking to see if he can deny that one as well. He tried to take the timing against it, but that fuse is going to be burning down, whittling down, and do you dare step into this one? What a rocket! Munyet rewarded. Nade's going to be following up as well, and just as those timers tick down, it's desperation for Bilibili. You have to opt into it, you have to go for it now. And in a 2v1 mon yet, time has been bought for him to really pop off and play his life well. Damage done, ace at the end. What a way to finish and take us to Abyss.
He had to be a hero and he stepped up immaculately. What a photo finish there at the end for Monyet.
Absolutely unreal stuff, and we do have a game here. It's elimination between both of these teams, but they are bringing the best out of each other.
Game changers. It's about competition, pure happiness. It's like a crazy experience. We're making history. It means so much to us. It's good to be back.
I guess you know what I've been looking for, success.
The beauty of gaming is it doesn't matter who you are. And as long as I'm good enough,
Everybody's getting a 4K.
I can go as far as I want.
That's what I like to see, baby.
全世界都会知道我们的厉害。
bro. Stand up.
No need, bro. No need.
Nice. Yo, what you looking, bro? Knight, what you looking? Look, look, look. Keep looking, bro.
We will be heading to a map 3 in this elimination match between RQ and Bilibili. I'm your host, so I've got Kakuka and Mimi here with me. How on earth did RQ do it? It looked like it was going to be a 2-0 for Bilibili.
I mean, that was a crazy comeback in that second half. Bilibili, I think, made a lot of mistakes that they're going to want to have back. but RRQ channeled some excellent form, ran over on that attacking side, and now we go all the way.
Maybe got a little bit too confident that things were working out for Bilibili. At the end, we were seeing them even being more aggressive too, even though they were on the defense. If the defense is not working, I guess go back to attack and just be more aggressive. But at the end of the day, it's this kind of rounds that make the game.
Yeah, this was the eco for RRQ that absolutely swung things back. You see that Bilibili even investing an ultimate here, but RRQ just showed some great work with the Sheriff. Xfero, who really struggled, I think, in their first match, stepping up. Cushy as well, who was already performing great. And once they won this round, they just snowballed this on through, started getting the ults online, and found such a right key with always winning this fight towards A, and oftentimes getting a pick there as well, and just turning it into A hit after A hit.
Yeah, to me, first and foremost, this was very enjoyable to watch. Like, there were some rounds that just the individual level and the brilliance, Nev having that ace, having that almost ace, those 1v1s, that last round with Monia, that was insane with all of those ultimates. Like, the quality was there, and definitely it was peaking, and it was RRQ going back into the game.
For Bilibili, though, there were just some mistakes that, had they not made them, had it been just a little bit cleaner, maybe this could have been a 2-0.
Yeah, it really could have. And you look at some of these openers, this is all the way back on their attack side, which I think these are more forgivable when you get to that second half, though. Again, talking about the A fights, I think players are oftentimes getting too proactive. I think of the round where they have Vi's ult and then are fighting through the revolving door, lose that ult without being able to, or lose the player who has it without being able to use the ult whatsoever, and then lose that round as well. I think BLG got a little overconfident after that win, and we're taking some too many liberties on defense.
But I love to see also how they were, RRQ were using the double duelist. We saw the value that Jenkins was bringing with that operator in the first half. And in the second one, it was more a little bit about Monia, and I think that they were, you know, ahead in terms of adapting to the enemy.
Well, let's talk about this next map, because Jemkin, should he be open again? Could he have the same impact as we had to Abyss?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that if you had a good operator, it can make or break. To me, the question is on the other side. What are we going to do about it? If you are at BLG, how are you going to deal with it? Yes, it's not the most amazing numbers, but you could definitely tell the impact that he was having in that first half.
Yeah, on defense, he was great. And I think the AWP actually found a lot more value despite their win on Sunset here on Lotus. On Sunset, they were playing just that Waylay comp, and I really felt like it hamstrung them. They had to play retake a lot when he still had the AWP in hand. Here, he was a little bit more proactive in taking some of these opening fights, and they were playing a lot less for the retake, being more willing to fight up with his AWP, and I thought that was a great change for RRQ.
And what is Bilibili going to be playing? That's the
on a
bigger
Harbor.
question.
Surely Harbor.
You think so? You think they're running it back?
Yeah, and Russia's Harbor is so good. He's one of like 2 people that I actually like
he is
playing
like
Harbor.
the guy, though, Yinsu, that I need to be better if Bilibili are going to win this, because he had a pretty rough Lotus there, and he's normally really, really good on that Lotus, so hoping for more from Russia.
Yeah, I mean, Abyss, I keep mentioning it, I keep bringing it up, that is going to be the third map, and that is where I think if Russia has a good game on that Harbor, they have a chance. We haven't seen what they can bring yet. And this is where RRQ are at their weakest, when they have to go up against a team that they do not know what they're going to play.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. So I think that this is, just because of what you just said, this is a good way to end things on, right? The pressure is going to be on. Is Bilibili really going to have an edge? We speak about them not having the reps and the other team not having the votes, but as I said, they don't have the reps. We do not know what they're going to bring, and they definitely have not tested it yet.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really tough here. Both these teams coming in with really high expectations. People thought Bilibili, after winning in CN, was going to be a team to be competing for the top 6, top 4, deeper into playoffs. But now fighting for their life here against a team that is, well, you know, they already had their big disappointment when they went out first round in Toronto. Now, if they can win here, if they can stay alive, it's RRQ's chance to kind of have their own redemption.
To win their first match in a global event.
And get rid of this Bilibili team in what would be a really sad way to go out for them.
I think also for RRQ, we saw it, we were bumping in with all of their reactions. It's not about the streams and whatnot, it's more about how they were living this last match. Do not forget, it was insanely close, but every single time that they won a round, the confidence was there, they were enjoying it, and that's probably one of the reasons why they got the victory.
Here it is.
Yeah, let's take a look. Rushia's gonna play the Harbor! I am so happy.
She's got the info,
the biggest thing I'm looking at here when we have RRQ on defense, how does Jemkin navigate around the harbor? Because that is a weird comp to play into. I think it makes your life very hard as a Jet opper, and you have to point to Jemkin as a win condition when he does have that off in hand.
You have to point to Jemkin. What about YZ? How do we feel about the Euro? Because he plays a lot of Leon, he plays a little bit of Euro here and there, but is he going to be able to match up? Is Neff going to be playing the operator like he was doing in Sunset?
It's going to be hard to say for YZ here. He won't have a lot of util to actually support just that Sova as another initiator. So I think a little bit more difficult than when he's playing the Neon like map 1 and he has all of these resources put into him. Gonna have to be a little bit more conservative about how he plays if he wants to find that same level of impact.
Yeah, RRQ, they will start on the attack side here. What did you make of their attack side last time we saw her on Abyss?
Well, the attack is fine. It's the defense that I would have liked to see a little bit more, but
that's kind of a thing with Abyss.
Yeah, I was going to say, I did get to see a little bit of that. I want them especially with, I think that we got a perfect example with an NRG, right? Played the harbor here on Abyss. And it was an absolute menace on mid. It helps you control the zones a lot more. So I want to see how RRQ are going to deal with that.
I looked at Cushy and Crazy Guy. I think their util was really good on both sides of the map. They had nice flash dart combos on these execs, and I think that they did do a solid job of slowing things down on their attack and trying to deal with that harbor. But you are right. When they switched over and they were on their defensive side, it was Energy constantly controlling that space, exploiting that area of the map, and RRQ couldn't find an answer. So I'm looking to see what they learned from that game now going into another match of Abyss.
Yeah, this is with everything on the line. If they don't win here, Bren and Saisha, they will be eliminated from champs.
That's right, do or die between Bilibili and RRQ, dragged all the way to the third and final map of Abyss. A lot of unknowns that we're really getting cleared up now in terms of the agent select and whatnot, but these two teams raring to go. We've seen that bounce back of RRQ, Bilibili themselves as well. Massive resurgence in terms of the form that they had compared to the first game that they played in the tournament, but now we get to see it culminate in this.
Elimination matches like this, they're an opportunity for a toss of the coin of fate on one side, disappointment on the other, redemption. And I think that plays out for both of these squads. On either side, if they don't perform in a match like this, they will be bitterly disappointed after also turning up to Toronto and going out fairly early on, not living up to potential. Elimination here in joint last is just unthinkable, and yet it's going to be reality for one of these two squads based on Abyss, and the other perhaps a springboard to escape from this difficult group after a bad start. I am really interested to see how this composition clashes.
Yeah.
We've already seen RRQ play on Abyss. From what we saw from them, they got onto sites fairly easily because Fnatic were playing retake setups, but they were very aggressive in the post plant, and I like that from them. For Bilibili, you've got to imagine normally that the Harbor is going to take mid control. It's really strong there on attack and defense, actually.
Yeah, like Kukuka was mentioning. Seen it before. It's very, very powerful in that regard. Rusha trying to get his confidence back up. He's been sitting near the bottom of the scoreboard in these last two maps, but now real central player, and he's gone for the share of purchase.
Yeah, that's
Onside YZ, long-range fight.
An unusual one, because normally you want the cascade for mid-control, the cove for the diffuse.
We'll see how this gets unleashed here. Early days yet, but a bit of presence. Stray shots going either way here, and it's a fight that won out here by YZ. Straight down mid. Line's going to be broken though. Jemkin just making sure to contact up most of the way here, and RRQ don't want to overstep themselves. Already losing a player. Looking to recontain up a bit of this mid-control. The timing, caught on either side. Respected by YZ, will take the TP back.
Yeah, he disappears, as of RRQ over towards B. They're not behind this high tide, but Bilibili have actually locked themselves off from getting much more information. This could be a B re-hit. Only now does the Harbor Wall drop, but Bilibili have been proactive about this, looking to rotate, seeing if they can be faster than the attackers.
I tie back up in about 10 seconds.
The Thorns could be important here too.
Yeah, anything to delay. Try and buy a bit of time here. Cloudburst across this one up as well. Get past that one-way dart into the back is dealt with in time. Rusha has to step up here. Could have been an immense amount of damage here, and he's definitely trickled down. Helping him out. K-Knight off on the side, but Jemkin is the one to deliver death. Now getting themselves onto the side here. Neff and Levius, two of the big players so far in this series. Let's see if they can do it again in this 2v2. A tap try and pull them out wide. RRQ trying to play this one towards that backside control. Jemkin could overextend, could overexert. Waiting for the right timing here. Flashes in your face of Util there. That's a good connection and a great adjustment. Really ready for that.
Very nice idea there. Vice flash through and very aware from Levius that there could have been a potential push. Perhaps based on the footage that they've seen of RRQ playing against Fnatic, or maybe just a protocol and an awareness. Because Jemkin hits a couple nice shots there, but this duel secures the round and sets Bilibili up again. They've won the majority of the pistols in this match, but they were even on Lotus, the map that they lost. A Bucky from Neff, of all things, on such a large map.
It's really bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be holding close to chokes, inside his smokes, probably. It's not a great weapon for versatility across Abyss.
Heavy setup, though.
No more thorns.
It's going to be broken here. Levius just jiggling one way into your face, though will be forced to respect it. A knife not broken in time here. Gets a good tag. High tide across, rips its way across mid to try and buy a bit of time for the rest of the team. That's a deep TP by Munyet. They're just trying to bait and really create a bit of chaos as well. RRQ are finding them way to get back into this one, into the back of the side. The smoke's obfuscating and hiding the intent. Rusha just with his share of purchase. They'll work it out for him. Stun him there by the Classic. If that didn't do it, the Shock Dart might have. Player advantage now, but Paranoia sweeps as well. Just trying to see if they can hold this one down. Collecting the kills at the end, Bilibili.
Even with the Bucky, Brent. Even with the Bucky coming through towards the end.
Could have got dicey, though.
No, it really could. I think RRQ were in a position to win, but the Paranoia from Neff caught onto a lot of those players over by Cliff. Now, this is a mental play from Munyet. I wonder if he's going to do that on a rifle round. That seems a bit too risky.
Sent it.
Yeah, they were very confident. They've done a lot of economic damage. Neff forcing up into this one.
Big walk down on mid. Cam. Broken. Forces respect out of Bilibili. Rusha and Neff have to back themselves out. Right against the back wall. Doesn't actually take out the drone.
I think it got broken, didn't it?
Yeah, it might have.
Quite a lot of pressure around the map here. Neff's going walkabouts again.
On a lot of these fights, you're taking it just that util into your hand. Crazy guy, lucky he's alive there. Just backs himself out on either side, really, redrawing those battle lines.
But constant pressure coming out from Bilibili. Both of these teams were aggressive on Sunset, walking down mid plenty. But Neff has just been everywhere already, leaving B and rotating over towards A.
He's hyperactive.
Trying to anticipate, trying to get ahead of the calls coming out of his former teammate, Crazy Guy.
What's going on in the RRQ camp? What are they calling here?
Back over towards B.
Didn't break any of the util over towards A.
Crazy Guy can drone and push back Neff if he was playing close here.
He's there. Could have his time to strike, but again, that great crash is going to be expiring at this point.
30 seconds
Doesn't want to overstay towards the back of the site. Another high tide as well to try and cut this one up, and it does make it difficult to chew through if you are RRQ.
Look at this position from Jemkin, though. He can see over the top of it. So if they can set him up into that spot on their attack rounds,
it'd be nice, yeah,
he
he's
can
ready.
Feast.
Primed, ready to pounce onto YZ. Any more peeks as well with that game coming? He needs some help. What is that? Rapid adjustment as well, and he's ready for the onslaught, ready for the fight to be taken. Dishing it straight back at him. Bilibili not with much to work with here. Levius would be hunting and hoping for a bit of a gun, and there is one in the vicinity. He's got a rifle. They're backing themselves out here. They don't want no part of this fight. RRQ are going to be giving this round.
You add Jemkin's 2 Sheriff kills in the pistol round onto what he just did there.
Is he back?
Yeah, I mean, we've been waiting for it. We've been waiting for a Jemkin takeover game. He played well on Lotus, but still not up to his own high standards, I would say. It's a little bit... Looking at Jemkin at these big global events does remind me a little of Raga and how... Now, Jemkin has not been as candid and vocal about any, you know, mental issues that he's facing. Raga's been astoundingly candid about that kind of stuff.
Very transparent.
But it does feel like there's more to get out of this guy, and if he's hitting shots like that, I mean, those were very clean taps.
It's crispy.
That's a big win condition for RRQ. On a map where we don't have too many expectations about who should even be the favorite on Abyss.
Oh, it's getting a little bit weird here for Bilibili too. In terms of rifles, only the 2 to work with.
Look at that recon dart the crazy guy threw. It only is useful in case Bilibili are pushing out B. But Neff's conditioned them to be a bit afraid of it.
K9 up towards the top there, got to be careful. Really keeping his head intact, dart up towards the top. And there's a big reveal. Neff, oh, he's eager. He wants to play, man. He wants it.
I'm surprised he didn't at least send one there. I think he could have caught Jemkin.
Could have been a freebie. Not quite, though. Here it is, primed with a flash overhead. Left click onto that one, getting a good blind. And as K9 tries to turn, even Neff's being dealt with. Players crumble, toppled as they try and really put up a good fight and push back. It's a pocket to play in. Rusha could drop down into it. He tries to take that timing, and there's that gap over the wall potentially there. Rusha spotted out though. Monyet, Hawkeye on top of it.
And Cushy still with that big ultimate to be able to play with in the next rifle round. Levius forced to back it up and save this Vandal. Save the full armor as well. They've got a great opportunity, RRQ, in the next round to just slam an A hit. Knives are really good on this map as well. It's a bit of a weird one because, I mean, Knives are always is a good ult, the Blade Storm for the Jet, but on this map you can get, you know, out across the map somewhere. You updraft literally above the Abyss and you can get some crazy A execs going. So Aspas tried to do a B retake, throwing himself off the map as well. That was a bit bizarre, but you combo it with a KO ult, and RRQ could put something really nice together on the A side here. Pressure's going to be back on Bilibili. And this, we are expecting it to be an attack-sided map. That's how Abyss usually plays out. And take a look what the defense is cooking here.
Kano's got no armor.
That is
bizarre. So he can buy the op for YZ.
Well, YZ better find value with it.
Yeah, it's feels like the bank is just being pressed constantly in this game so far for Bilibili.
Both players with ults on RRQ leaning over towards B early on here, so not listening to me with my idea of the A exec. But they know best, honestly. Russia with a cascade.
Yeah.
Fairly deep down mid.
It's more reminiscent of what we're used to.
Yeah, Bilibili should be able to put a lot of pressure down mid.
Very tight angle to work with, but Livius has been really sharp, shooting well.
Attackers, though, droning it up. RRQ taking a lot of this space, creating presence in mid, breaking the door into A vents.
Livius. ADS up. Could find his chance here, but that's a big ult as well. That's going to be taking away most of the setup. Still got the Thorns off, but he's way out into the open. Still barely able to get out of there. Down into the back, sets it up perfectly though. Jemkin with the kill. And Xfira ready to cover as well for that heaven angle. No peeks to be happening.
Exactly where you are.
Oh, no, what a shot.
Sharp from Monyet. Top fragger on Lotus.
YZ left to try and play this retake, but yeah, they have no inclination to do so. Not with the operator.
You've got no hope.
Getting overwhelmed with these B-pops.
And this is one of the reasons why this map does tend to be attack-sided, because you get some level of utility that's just coming down this lane on the outside of the map, and it's so difficult to anchor on B. You know, you see Fnatic do it with the breach and the pull for the Astra. You saw Monyet do it here with the paranoia. Combo that with a KO ultimate, and you got very little chance. YZ, they are breathing down the back of his neck.
Yeah, they want this operator and want to take it away. They are rapidly approaching his position now. Nowhere to look at this point. No easy fight to be taken.
That's devastating for
down
Bilibili.
To the grave, and it really is. I mean, the money has just been brutal the entire map so far for Bilibili.
And that was the problem on Lotus too. They kind of force-bought themselves into oblivion.
Yeah.
If you remember back to the end of Lotus, there was so many rounds where even if they had guns, they weren't buying crucial pieces of utility. And already here we've seen K-Knight try to force up without armor.
Kill him, guys. Kill him!
RRQ feeling a little more relaxed now that they've got off to a good beginning.
Yeah. Timeout taken here for Bilibili. Hit the panic button a little bit here, but I mean, in terms of stuff they're doing wrong, I mean, I suppose B has been a bit of a sore spot for them. Trying to hold that one down.
They also just, again, the KO is so powerful. If you get hit by the knife and you're trying to anchor on site, it's pretty devastating. I do like, actually, setups where it's mostly reliant on a help utility when you're playing against a KO. So, for example, if you're running the Vice, right? Putting the Vice util on the opposite side to the one that the Vice is playing on. So at least then your Omen, for example, can anchor B with Thorns and Wall. So even if the Omen gets hit by the ult or the knife, the Vice util doesn't turn off. So I like those kind of setups. Not many teams running them. K-Knight's ultimate should be helpful here, but again, they've forced up, Brent.
This is so bizarre.
I think it's an error, but you know, they'll have some money actually going into the next.
I mean, the loser's bonus will kick in, but
it's only YZ that won't be able to buy it.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
But he'll have his ult for the next round, so then he maybe is just going for a judge. I mean,
you're force buying yourself into oblivion.
They're on the edge of being able to make it work. They're definitely taking liberties with their own money.
It's not like you force up RRQ on the edge of oblivion themselves. What is that? Keep on either side. Rushia's lucky to live.
Yeah, it's actually
HP.
Not a good angle for Rushia to be holding.
No. Sends out a high tide though as that response. Cutting off mid away from RRQ. Slow and steady has been their game plan for all of these rounds so far, and it's worked out.
Especially if they think their opponents are ecoing. They've been very slow and cautious in those situations. So they could absolutely find themselves in a spot where the clock's their worst enemy. They're going back into the stack on A.
Neff close to the judge. Walking up most of the way here. Rushia just trying to hold that angle, and he does connect straight to the dome. Judge in close quarters. Neff finally will strike. And okay, who are we to judge? Force by every round.
It pays off in this situation. It absolutely does. A flawless, half by force kind of round for Bilibili there. Couldn't ask for a better moment to get themselves back in the game. RRQ had one of those on Lotus too. Mastercard drifted and got them back into things, but here Bilibili are also ahead in terms of the ults. So this is time for them to get feet underneath them and a snowball going. They've had their big round, the lifeline, and now time to get back on the right track. Look at all of the ults they have to work with. This comp has such good ultimates on the defense side, and attack actually.
Yeah, playing retake is going to be simplified. Or even just flood defending if they want to try and go for that.
Yeah. I mean, a flood defend with a Harvest overall is ridiculously strong.
Yeah, here it is. Not going to be broken. Knife on top of it as well, so a lot of the util not really connecting, but YC's blinded up. Doesn't know that this player's just nipping at the heel to try and get a taste of him, and that's a Hunter's Fury that connects! Crazy guy sniping K-Knight out of the fight. TP punished in the end, and this is a desperate dash, isn't it? Rushia trying to hold on to any sort of defense, but again, no one wants to take the fight against him. In a 1v3, they dissipate. They back out away, realizing they've got the entirety of A for free.
I think early on here, in this match, Bilibili was playing the ult rounds better, but RRQ have completely outplayed them there. Yeah. They knew what was coming. Like I said, the Harbor ult's overall flood defend is so strong, and Crazy Guy has the perfect read on where K-Knight is ulting from, and just snipes him back. Sova diffed. Owned. Unlucky kid.
Just when that wind was beneath their sails, Bilibili dropped back again. Even Rushia might not even get to keep this gun. This Crazy Guy is holding these avenues, and yeah, knife out, not ready for that fight at all. RRQ hold on to a lead.
Bilibili still have money. It's not the end of the world for them, but as you said, this was where I think they had the best opportunity of starting some kind of snowball. Look at how nice this is. What a snipe. And even with K-Knight trying to dodge it by going up in the air, Crazy Guy reads it. And they don't overcommit to the B exec as well. They bait out those ults remarkably well. Very good. Jemkin yet to use the Blade Storm on the attack side here, but going over towards A, could absolutely use it to take the fight to Levius.
Flash rapid take of A main.
He's been one of Bilibili's best players today, Levius. But he's also had some moments where he fell a bit flat. We were putting a lot of attention on his Steel Garden usage on those rounds towards the end of the Lotus defense. But his aim has been remarkably good.
Cascade up. Rushia, a lot of pressure coming his way here, straight through that wall too, and that's going to be fading momentarily, ready for the jump spot. They've been hearing it, the sound cues collecting. Paranoia even connecting on top of that one. So K-Knight pushed way back out of the extremities. Can't really hold on to this one. Trying to slayer it down with a bit of that raw spam. And okay, if you line them out with a rifle fire, maybe you can find a way in, especially with that spike drop down. I'll take the peek here. Spike was reclaimed. Munyet didn't have to wait for the smoke timing for that one. Just grabs it, commits to the plan. Crazy guy holding this though. Does he realize that the position that Neff is in?
They have Paranoia for this.
Spotting out multiple players now. That's all three of them noted. Paranoia sweeping, only the one connection. Deeper flash than that. YZ blinds himself in the process, but still they have that side control. Good awareness on the rare of everybody else's. Munyet, deep TP that he commits. Full sticks, and even just absolutely takes out Neff here. No one is looking towards him. RRQ, they worked him in a neutral.
I mean, what is that?
Communication just not quite there or something, I don't know, but...
They're also, I think, just not anticipating him going for
but
such a bold
the first
play.
Kill, no one's looking behind.
No, I mean, definitely an issue with the comms. You're dead right with that. But Neff was thinking about it and almost can't quite believe that Munyet is in that position. Bale's not happy.
Well, they had every advantage going into that.
Shouting across the stage.
Yeah. Huge play by Munyet, though.
Using the name his mother gave him. That's criminal stuff.
That's crazy. Crazy stuff on the champ stage. A lot of pressure over him. Xfero is going to be receiving this. Slower play by RRQ, as is the case normally. He's going to be caught though, and that is a lot of Yuto coming his way. Blinded up, Molly at your back of the feet as well. Everybody going to be watching for this one angle. They know roughly the position that Levius wants to play. He's not going to be escaping the ire of this one. RRQ hunting them down, and he attempted a flood defense, swatted down. K-Knight and YZ going to be rapidly trying to play into this one, but they do not have the guns for it. K-Knight trickling in. One rifle to his name, but at this point, he's probably going to be wanting to save it.
It's like the Harbor Util doesn't exist, Brent.
No.
They're running this high tide. They're running the Cascade in mid. And RRQ are just disrespecting it or waiting for the Cascade to fall. Xfero surely got the time in here. And bullets to the back of the head. K-Knight executed and rifle taken out of the equation for the next. A flawless round from RRQ. And take a look at this in the replay and just think about how easy it is for RRQ to get past all of this Harbor Util. They're up so quick because they're pushing back any of the places that you might try to defend it.
Yeah, not just that. I mean, these knives are getting connections onto Levius constantly.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any delay util.
Absolutely.
Maybe with a high tide and his full kit, unimpeded, but no, it's not the case. Levius has just been a sit and duck at the back of these sides almost every single time. Forcing the timeout. Second one, I believe, now for Bilibili, and that spells out a bit of desperation, I think, when your back's against the wall in an elimination up against RRQ.
Now, we've been quite doomer about Bilibili because it's looked like a bad defense side so far. But because they won the pistol, they still have 3 rounds, and it's a very attack-sided map. I wonder how many they need.
Sure.
If they have a very good attack side to showcase here.
Win a pistol on the other side too.
Yeah? Do they need 4, 5? They certainly, I think, need at least another one in order to make it easier for themselves here. But they might not need too many more. It is such an attack side map if you know what you're doing on Abyss with your site execs. And especially when Bilibili should be able to combo these big ults online. If they can win a pistol, they might not be out of this, but RRQ, the wind in their sails, everything going right for them currently.
Adjustments are finally being made with the defensive setups too. To cross map with the Razor Vines as well onto B.
Yeah.
Levius is not playing near it.
Not with the wall though, and the second set of Thorns and the flash, so it's not like he's doing a full help util setup.
Cam broken nice and early. Spotting out YZ. Doesn't give away the game too early that the setup has changed ever so slightly. Shock even missing the Razor Vine off to the corner. Neff taking a lot of damage in the process. He's suppressed up. Up onto a perch. High Tide is going to be whistling its way across the B side to try and help out. But RRQ, I don't think they want any part of this. They've been having their success really just hitting into the Vice setup, trying to catch knives onto it. Xfero. Walkabouts.
Again, there was a Cascade in mid. He just walked through it.
Disrespecting a lot of that util, but that drone you will have to respect. Cage forwards, breaks it. Does get a tag on him. Could get spammed down into the bottom section of mid. He has to tuck tight here. Another Cage on top of it. Xfero, there's no way he gets out, surely. Not, he's out of there. 50 health.
And RRQ are in on A. Or at least they were. Baited out the wall.
A lot of damage done.
And actually, they could go back to Munyet on B if they wanted to.
Yeah, if they wanted to. I mean, they've spotted a lot of rotations coming through mid.
Yeah, Xfero knows that there were a lot of people trying to fight him there.
Choosing to walk up though with 35 seconds left. Maybe the timing a little bit too tight. They cut noise.
But also look at what's happening with Bilibili.
They're all over the place.
They're scrambling. They don't know which direction to go in.
All because of this cut in the noise. The dart sends it flying forward, so that's surely going to be a signal of things to come. K-Knight, that dart needs to be broken, and it is in time, so he's not able to spam from that possible position. Steel Garden forwards now. Knives are going to be let loose in the leash, but that spike is dropped down, and there needs to be kills coming in. Claimed through. Rusha collects it. Everybody's scrambling now, and bodies starting to drop. These are backflips occurring on the opposite side of things, but time is just fully away from them. It's Munyet who has to full stick this one, and he's being pressured from everywhere.
Bilibili with bodies in mid, managed to find which avenue RRQ are trying to exploit and get there just in time.
Out of my way.
We were asking the question, how many do they need on defense? 4 and a pistol. It ain't bad. Jemkin just couldn't quite land the shot with his ult there. K-Knight one away from getting another Hunter's Fury up.
Yeah.
So Bilibili still with chances of even tying this one up at the half.
Still a way back in.
And that would be an enormous recovery.
It's felt like RRQ largely in control.
YZ's picked up a judge, because they didn't have very much money coming out the back of this still. The KO ult is so powerful. I think they've got the read at this point that Levius is liking to lean over towards A. So KO ult through mid, very standard call.
Yeah, through heaven. Probably going to get a catch here. It's a drone and a cascade used at the same time. It's a big tag. It will force RRQ back and away.
Double tag.
On the other side of things as well, even catching onto Levius. So now you know where he's playing. K1 can get good value. Crazy guy. Bit of a bait of the wall, but they don't want to go in that direction. Moving over towards B.
Yeah, RRQ got scared off by the drone. Hand got revealed. And they're thinking that Bilibili would have been stacking A. Actually, they're still running the 2-1-2 defense. And I think Crazy Guy might be starting to get the read now because he was able to jump, bait that wall. And so back into just a standard A pop.
Timing on the dart, it's bad.
Levius
don't know how.
Have a bit of a nightmare here. Oh,
that
wow.
dart, I think it just landed right behind the lip of it.
It has really made them think that
RRQ
are going to
be. 20 seconds left now. That's going to be no command out. Thorn's at least deaded preemptively. Champion's going to be sending it flying forwards anyway. Util still ready, potentially. An attempt to try and defend this one, but all Bilibili players going through spawn. This random spam that's potentially going to save them. Smoke dissipates its coverage from Jemkin. Make sure to defend, making sure to watch that one here. Broken from behind. Levius is twisting, turning, scared about the potential of that backstab, and the players are starting to group up now. Forwards, trying to fire on all cylinders, seeing if they can take this fight, but why is he just swinging with a bloody judge, man? And players are toppled from Bilibili. Not the right weaponry to be taking that fight.
And in the midst of it all, Jemkin stands strong. Neff left with it all to do, and a monstrous Jemkin on the other side.
Might go for it. The time is really starting to tick, and he realizes it. There's no time left. Trying to hunt down both those players and make it go for it. This is RRQ now with that 7th round.
And really, an astonishingly good round from Jemkin. Yeah. The entry into the site is great calling from Crazy Guy. The way that they're manipulating things around. After they broke the door early on in mid, too. They make sure they break the door in the post plant and put pressure on the Heaven players. But take a look at some of these shots in the replay. He's a turret up there.
It's a brutal one. In the VOD review after this, Bilibili going to be taking a look at this round. And that dart just not getting the presence, not getting broken. This is a close map. If this is what it comes down to, the wire, 1 or 2 rounds being the difference maker.
And a very important pistol after this as well that Bilibili are going to kind of have to win no matter what. But if they can get this to a 7-5, man, that is a huge recovery, and the weaponry is terrible for it. It'd take a miracle.
They have ults. At least they have that at their disposal. Drone has to be broken, and it is. Neff tagged up. Backs himself out. Wisely spotted though onto the cross, and there's a lot of spam coming his way. Bullets firing down. There's a hail of that lead as well. Jemkin's right up in your face. Taking it close and personal here. There's a reckoning offloaded with that. Hunter's Fury trying to combo it all together to see if he can find this one. Listen, second time to try. Make it go for it. Big reveal onto it. A lot of damage done. Rusha dropped down to just 31 health, and the rest of RRQ trying to make their way forwards. Again, that's a reveal though. And these players are lit up all over the place here. Brings it down into that 2v3, but the guns are not in the hands of Bilibili. To take it like this, you need some incredible shots. Just the shoulder spotted. 5 bullets left in that one. Still ops for the Sheriff. Trying to take these shots and tag them out here. K-Knight drops down. Not anticipating though. And Xvero will deliver them that final death blow. 8-4 being that finish for RRQ. Still has to be said, Bilibili have ways back in, and it all comes down to that pistol round.
A great half, though, from Regum Qeon and Xpero. One on the lurk and one on the entry. You see it here again, just rubbing faces with them. And they both get those big picks towards the end. Xpero finishes. The ults again, Crazy Guy trying to cancel out what K-Knight was up to.
We're going to send it down to the stage now. Lewis standing by with another very special guest.
And we're lucky enough to have fans coming from all over the world to root for their team. Tiki, une fan BLG, vient de me rejoindre. And Tiki, we know that you're a BLG fan given the sign, but I wanted to know, when did this journey start? When did you start rooting for the BLG boys?
I started to root for BLG March this year, and I watched YZ's live stream, and I'm really impressed by them. I'm always rooting for them. Let's go BLG!
Yeah, really skilled players indeed. Donc première question, fan BLG, oui, mais fan depuis quand? Comment tu les as découverts? Eh bien tout simplement, en mars de cette année, j'ai regardé le stream de YZ et je l'ai trouvé trop fort. And yes, we know how popular YZ is, but is there any underrated player in that team that would deserve credit too, and who is it?
Like, I mean, to be honest, they're so good at all. But speaking of one of the underrated player, I think Knife must be one of them, because he's the best IGL in the world, like one of the best. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he's so good, maybe one of the best IGLs in the world. Indeed, du coup, s'il y a un autre joueur que YZ qui mérite peut-être du crédit et de la hype, eh ben moi j'ai envie de dire Nev, c'est l'un des meilleurs IGL du monde. Il est trop fort. Thank you very much for joining me, Tiki, CSA. And let's see now if BLG can bring back the victory right now.
Let's put the focus down on this pistol round here for Bilibili. It is so damn important. Trailing just by the 4 rounds, but again, could be anyone's game still, could be Bilibili's definitely. If they're able to get that round buffer, it will just bring the close to 2, in theory.
It's an attack-sided map. And take a look at the Coinbase Econ report. My eyes go over to YZ having a bit of a struggle. But at the same time, you take a look at the players that have been doing well. Regum Qeon on the other side, a bit of a duelist diff to open. He was on the favored side of the map, on the attack side, but he also got some crushing openers, nearly 3,000 damage in the half.
Glimpses of that Regum Qeon of old.
And also bullying all of the players at the bottom of the scoreboard for Bilibili, kind of pushing them down there. YZ, Rusia, and Levius. Mimi was talking about the need for Rusia to step up. I don't think the Harbor got very much value whatsoever on the defense side. They're going to need big value from it on the attack. It should make playing retake a bit more difficult. The ult should also be huge, but all of this is predicated on getting a pistol and getting those ult cycling, economy flowing.
Yeah.
It is a very important round right here.
Round 13, do or die. You slip up, if you trip, there are no more second chances. It is your year done, finished. Bilibili, the big group up. Knife is broken, so it denies some concrete information. RRQ don't know exactly how many players are stacked up over towards A.
Cover going out.
Slow and steady for Bilibili. Slow siege attempt, no real util being used, but an angle for Cushy, spotted out there, just sticking out as he was crouched up onto the line. High tide.
Recon.
Way forwards, Recon on top of it. There are gaps to play in here. It's not a full clearance of Bilibili, but no one on the site to really punish.
Double shock as well.
First one going wide as anything. Rusha committing to a plant. More unorthodox position. Cascade as well to replace the smoke that left, but that's going to be feigning momentarily.
Right here.
Yeah, double cascade here. Does make it difficult, but all of this util used very early on.
Paranoia drops down, Knife alongside it as well. Now as that wall does drop down, fading down, there's a lot of damage done, but the kills are just fully filled up in the feed. RRQ painting a picture in teal, and they are dominating this one with a pistol round win. We're now getting into desperation for Bilibili.
A perfect timing there to get back through. Exactly as that cascade is about to fall over towards spawn, RRQ come barreling back in. With 3-4 players, difficult, really tough on a pistol round. You know, you don't have a rifle to spray these guys down, so the tight spacing works really well. Bilibili didn't get enough kills, I don't think, here to force. They've got to go for an eco.
Yeah.
Down 9-4, I think some teams would maybe try to opt into A force buy. Bilibili have done it on some previous rounds too, and it's been on a knife's edge. Couldn't ask for a better moment to try to get a thrifty, but it's going to be tough with only 3 classics to work with.
Yeah, it's one of the worst maps to be really taking a full-on eco on. Long sight lines on a bit. And there we see it. I mean, Jemkin, hyper-favoured there. Dart to set him up. All respect to Lotus Util. High Tide's going to be cutting its way all the way through onto the site. Gives access and avenue to plants. That was not intended. Shot down, rebounding right into your face, but this is a plant down, and now we see them pressing a little bit further forward here with that cascade, but the bullets and the aim needs to be sharp here from Jemkin. Really holding his own composure. Final bullet will do it. A 4-piece for him. Safe to say this guy is back.
Turning up for one of the first times, actually, on a global stage. This is the guy that you've seen if you've been watching Pacific, watching RRQ. All of that resilience in the lower bracket in Pacific. Reverse sweeps, comebacks. Here they're up by 6 rounds. But it's taken a lot of mental grit from Jemkin to find his form. 21 kills across these 14 rounds played. You see what Bilibili were going for there as well. That, you know, they got the high tide out and they're trying to fight RRQ right before their wall drops, trying to make it so that they're the ones grabbing the momentum. But then you end up just pushing your own high tide. It's a weird one.
It's all on this now, round 15. Full investment. Bilibili were waiting for it.
Got to assume that Rushy is going to be playing for the ult orb. I mean, he's 2 away, right? If you can get this for the post plant, that should really stop RRQ from being able to pull off these nice retakes. Now, do you want to use it in a round like this? RRQ have got bad weaponry, but it's desperate times calling for desperate measures, I think.
Every round you can get what they need, so
they need to confirm these rounds. It's just a rough scenario to be in. You're down by 6, and in theory, you want to be using the Harbor ult to continue your snowball, not to win rounds where you should already be favored, but I mean, needs must.
Tagging top mid with the high tide as well makes it feel like there's a lot of pressure out through mid, which is exactly what it is. Dol and Dart being broken.
If they do go back over towards B, Brent, you've got Jemkin on this position with his knives active, and he could bring the hurt to Levius. But the spike heading towards A instead.
It's umming and ahhing around the map. Kill trip in the setup where they've been going for that plant as well, so Heaven gets smoked off. Sphero looking to see if he can maybe get a bit of a spam kill off. Clone though. Going to absorb up the trip, so no issues there. A lot of spam raining down. Bits and pieces of damage done, but no real pushback, so that plant will be going down. Bilibili can find themselves into a post plant.
They didn't give Rushia the plant, so no opportunity even for this Harbor ult.
Can't waiting. Held for now by Crazy Guy. Smoke in your face, Cam spotting it. It's a heavy, heavy side setup. Bilibili playing everybody on board. Looking to try and take these fights forwards as well, trying to obfuscate as well. It's an updraft alongside the side. This flash and a dash play. Jemkin slices and dices. And that might just be the nail in the coffin. RRQ up to 11. The economy boomed for BLG.
The retakes have looked so clean today. Everyone's caught by a piece of util. They get a kill with a flash, a kill with a recon coming through, and then 2 players forced to play inside, destroyed. How the dinosaurs went extinct. Save that for when you play against Paper Bears.
Yeah, I was going to say. All smiles, though, in their camp, of course, for good reason.
Look at the kill differential, man. Jemkin's got nearly 3 times as many kills as the top fragger on Bilibili.
3 and 9. Flash through the wall.
They desperately need a hero. Otherwise, this is going to be another VCT CN team sent packing, sent home.
Full group up now. Rushia. Got that reckoning. Looking to let it loose now over towards B, but they still have these kill trip setups. Jemkin dash backing away. Dart, bad for them. Beams of light are going to be pointed towards the direction of most of these players, but just trying to vacate most of the area. Now fighting all the way back in. Jemkin! Jemkin!
They can't be stopped!
Can't be doing this to the man! And the util just delayed onset with the damage. Jemkin is set up for perfection here. 3 from him. Threats from the flank. Bit by bit, piece by piece. RRQ are not giving Bilibili an inch.
No chance, no hope. Not with Jemkin playing like this. It's astonishing. The setup with the util, by the way, is phenomenal. To just give some credit to Crazy Guy and Cushy, because obviously you look at the scoreboard and Jemkin's frying, but you know, the third kill that he gets there is a guy lit up like a Christmas tree through smokes. And the retake util has also been fabulous. RRQ just able to play their own game today in these second 2 maps.
10 seconds left.
And showcasing a much better map pool as well, compared to the match that we saw them open against Fnatic. They did, of course, play on Abyss, but Fnatic's comp a bit of a weird one. RRQ seem much more comfortable here today playing against the Harbor.
Plays into their wheelhouse now, up to 12. One more round will do it. It will send Bilibili home. An early exit from champs, and they want. It's all about survival when you get down to the elimination stage.
Look at the disrespect on the Harbor util again. It's like it doesn't exist.
He does not care.
Oh, I actually said that it was support from Crazy Guy there. I'm wrong.
Kill trip, right?
It was the kill trip, yeah. But I mean, in the previous rounds too, it has just been excellent util support. Whole team working to make Jemkin look like a god, but his form has also come out at just the right time.
There's a guy spamming away with that Sheriff. Has the Odin as well. That's a big reveal with the dart. He's going to be sending it flying forwards for a couple of bullets, but does need to be careful of being overwhelmed. Forwards again is the play, but that knife is going to be slowing them down, so it's util wasted. Bilibili really can't afford. Might be trying to get them all the way in here. The Thorns to try and find a way in, but they are getting picked to pieces, pulled apart. The choke point will not stop them whatsoever. RRQ lights out for the finish. 13-4, and they will continue their run at champs.
Finally, we see RRQ in the form that should be expected from a team that's reached the very heights domestically inside